for like 3 minutes of like, where the fuck is the pen? Like, the pen is not with the tablet. Why is the pen not here? And I got up here and I left my pen here, apparently. So
yeah,
all is good.
It's just been sitting there since Monday.
All is good.
So why'd you take Patterson?
Yeah. How did you wind up on Patterson?
Oh, because I had to stop at the vape store on my way back.
Had to.
You chose to stop at the vape store.
Yeah, because I was.
I haven't had any nicotine in 3 months.
Fucking congratulations.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Huge flex right now, you know.
That's legit though. That is
late because I had to go
awesome.
to the vape store.
Even though it showed up at like 7:01.
Oh, fuck it. Get it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
So-
amazing
so
what
glad.
knowing that you're out of that shitty job and having some financial
That
stability.
little bit of
does.
like stress relief is huge
Yeah.
for those kind of things. There's a lot to be said about like addictive personalities and the addictive nature of the substances themselves.
Absolutely.
But there is so much of it that actually just hangs
Yeah,
on
it's a lot
the
of that,
outside
like,
stressors of
once
life.
you're there, once you're already consuming nicotine and then you
Yeah.
have those stressors, it just becomes an enabler.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
that was pretty good. Lungs are feeling great, you know.
Yeah, I fucking bet. Was never a smoker of much of nothing, but I couldn't imagine putting down a single bowl of weed and then going on a hike like some people do and shit.
Yeah,
And I'm a really good fucking hiker.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was me.
I bet those people have the greatest hikes though.
They have the greatest hikes, but they last like
Well, when they can
600
breathe
yards,
during
you
that
know?
hike.
Yeah. That's the other thing too, is you use, you know, in that situation, I'm using the colloquial, the standard hike of a mile or less is
Yeah.
like the average, not my standard for a hike, which starts after the 10th mile, you know? Welcome back to Mad King, everybody.
Oh,
We're back.
Finally,
We live.
what happened? Where are we?
we're in the Underdark.
What is this place?
We're in the Underdark, and we are trying to get to the Rebel Drow to try to convince them to be our mage force. And now we're fighting a beholder because things never go according to plan.
And also, they're gonna
Oh,
be
sick.
like,
It's actually a shambling mound mini,
It's
but I
close
don't.
enough.
I own a beholder mini, but it's like a little smaller and not that great.
yeah.
It was just out of those random boxes.
And with how high
It's
that
a
camera's
plenty
up,
good mini, but yeah. Plus, with how high the
yeah.
camera is, you can't. We need to figure
Yeah, I was actually.
some kind of.
I meant to talk to you
new
about that
work
over
for
the
this.
weekend, because I've had some folks be like, "Oh, can we like bring that camera closer?" Because like from where the like on stream, like especially looking at like your phone,
Yeah.
like it's like you might
it's
as well
tough.
not have it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we could
For
like,
another thing that I need to start doing is start doing more of the My Hero Academia little
for the
little tile kind of deals. If it's going to be a top-down camera, we probably shouldn't be using the 3D minis that don't look like shit from up on top.
Yeah. Did we?
I should print more of those
And if anything, like let's see,
and do some of those kind of things
I
up.
mean, we could like make. We have like. Do we have art for us in the works yet?
It's supposedly
Right. That's what I thought. Right. It's
Yeah.
been like a couple of.
it's been I gotta message our artist.
But we could just make little sprites out of that and then pop
Yeah.
them onto there easy enough. And
Yeah.
we can bring that way down because we never use
We don't use a whole
this
ton
whole
of
box
this
anyway.
yeah,
not
'cause
so much anymore.
'cause
And
if
then if we
anything,
ever
we can
do, I can
either-
always zoom it out.
yeah, and we can either like bring that down.
No, we
somehow.
cannot.
I don't know. I'm about to say I don't know how much
That
that
is-
extends.
I think that is no, that's not quite max length. But if we bring it physically down, it's just gonna get in the way of the other cameras.
Gotcha.
as
gotcha.
well.
I mean, if anything, we could like post it up on just like one of the
We
corners.
could bring it down a good little bit more,
And then we
though.
can zoom it in from
and
there.
then we could zoom it in from there. And I've got some extra cordage up there to do that with.
Yeah.
So
And we could just like post it up on like one of the corners and then just like angle the camera so it's not like necessarily top down, but it's
Yeah.
more of like a diagonal.
Uzo will never show his bald spot because he wears that helmet all the time to cover it up.
But who?
What?
Bald spot?
Oh,
We'll never know because
That's exactly what a guy who would have a bald spot and wear a helmet 24/7 would say.
he doesn't wear it 24/7.
I'm just saying I've never seen him take it off.
He has it off all the time. He's just wandering around the keep, just helmet on and everything. No, he has the helmet off.
There have
at
been
least.
lots of times where I have specifically asked
Well, yes.
in like diplomatic situations
And
and
every
stuff,
time
if you
you
wear the helmet.
do-
And every single time you're like, yeah, he's got his helmet on.
Well, yeah.
Every time, and I'm like, it's a very unreasonable time for him to have his helmet, and I just want to clarify
no,
that they
yeah,
can
yeah,
see
no,
your
no.
face. Or I'm like, oh yeah, you make this facial expression, and they're like, oh, and they react to it, and you're like, no, they can't see my face. I'm wearing my helmet.
Yeah. But like,
You can't
lousy.
change the rules on me like this.
No, but
I am the one who changes the rules arbitrarily. That is my goddamn job.
man sleeps in the nude but keeps the helmet on.
That's a vibe.
Oh
I
fuck!
thought the helmet was even on during like the entire May arc. Like it's just always on.
Helmet is not.
You got
always
mushroom
on.
spores.
Which even you were under and then you woke up all like strapped up and stuff, you still had the helmet on.
See?
Out of respect, because it's always on.
It's not always on.
It's May's paper bag.
When he's not. Uzul is a charming fellow, thank you very much. We've established that.
I seduced a succubus. I'm a charming man.
Yikes.
You're the one who said she was interested in me because Uzul was hot.
Hey,
Because Uzul was strong.
You asked. You did not ask for a strength
ask
score.
for
You
your
asked for the charisma.
It does matter.
the stripper definitely loves you.
There were those couple Mad King scientists that were super into you too.
Which ones?
What was it? Miss Moran.
Oh yeah. The one where like I talked to her brother and I was like, he was like, "Hey man," and I was like, "Listen, dude, relax."
And then you killed them both.
I did.
Yeah.
I did kill them both.
You didn't have to, but boy, you did. They were like, she was like a 3rd level wizard.
I didn't kill her.
Yes, you did. You set off an explosive in her research tent, and remember I had that whole touching scene where it's like she had the big chunk of wood sticking out of her
I
rib
remember
cage,
that.
and she was like struggling to breathe, and you very easily could have used one of your mini lay on hands charges to heal someone other than
He
yourself.
wasn't in his healer arc yet.
But you were in a little mini villain arc going on right through there, and then as you were leaving, you also left her.
Wait,
you
yeah,
then
that was
smashed her
like-
head in. Also, instead of leaving her alive, and then you passed by her brother who was riding on his horse. And you're like, no, fuck that, and you used some way to like blow him up
I recall that.
Yeah.
I recall that. But see,
instead of letting him go and rescue his sister that you also could have left alive.
Well, no, because she was suffering, and Uzul's not, and like he's not an asshole. So like,
Right.
he put her out of the misery. I remember that.
Yeah.
And in my defense, this was like right after the whole Adara situation, and like Uzul still hasn't recovered from
Yeah,
that.
because the 3rd level plant wizard totally had something to do with the Necro Dragon.
Well, no, but like, you know, like, calm down, all right? Why are we attacking Uzul right now? We're supposed to be fighting a fucking beholder.
Because you were late. You know what else is wild is you were so cruel in putting her down after the Adara arc, but like the primary person who is responsible for Adara's death, you were just like, oh yeah, let's sign peace treaties and like you can come hang out. I'll sit with you at the tournament.
Crazy.
No. Hold on.
Literally.
Hold on.
No.
No, hold on, because
Towers parked right outside.
Uzul blames Chris for the dragon.
Bitch, what? How?
Because he like right when that happened,
guess he's
the one
there.
who showed up and he immediately started talking shit, and like Uzul's like, cool, heard. So that like Chris is responsible for Adara. Like realistically, if he sat and like pondered it, obviously it'd be like, okay, it's Gwen, but like Uzul's a simple man, all right? He has a focus.
It's my hyperfixation.
It just happens to kind of align with your interests, and
See, not necessarily, because like Chris was kind of just like, okay, yeah, he's a Vikel, like
it's
yeah, he
because
needs
he's
to
more
die.
afraid of Gwen.
Yeah, it's
I-
because Gwen holds power.
I've tried to box Gwen.
Gwen's not a 3rd level plant wizard.
Yeah, no. Gwen hurts.
He said, I can take Chris.
That's also right, Brennan. But we don't even have to get into that argument right now.
No, we ain't gonna get into that. Been down that road too many times. Wasn't our fault.
Guys, you were in the Underdark. You are actively seeking out drow rebels? Some kind of drow incursion, some unaffiliated with the Great Citadel drow that the Great Citadel has deemed a threat to themselves and put out a rather hefty bounty on. On your way there, you feel like you should be rapidly approaching, and a beholder has appeared. It is extremely dark here. You have gotten just a brief glance of it. You are unsure in this moment. I'm not quite exactly sure why it ended off.
No, all of us have dark vision or some semblance.
All of you got
it.
dark vision or some semblance of due to magic and shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just can't quite remember if I had the beholder attack you yet.
No,
I
no.
don't think so.
It spoke to us talking about trespassing, and then we ended
Yes,
session, and all of
that's
us knew
right.
it was the fucking beholder.
Yeah. So yes, you have heard the booming voice kind of echo through the cavern that you are in currently. You are trespassing upon his territory. I've got his name written down too. Where do I got his name written down? I named this
The
motherfucker.
named beholder is awesome.
It's like, what if we just like talk our way out of it? Just like, listen, dog, we're just passing through.
Look, if I don't get to fight something this
What
session,
do
I'm
I
gonna be
need to
pissed.
give you
Fair enough.
to not kill me and my friends?
Nah, Bree wants to fight. We fight. Don't
Had
look
a
at
rough day, all right? Can't attack people in real life.
Richard the Backshot Beholder is crazy.
You know what?
No!
Who dares defile the sanctum of Richard? Richard BB.
God fucking damn it.
I just had some random name generator bullshit made, so Richard's gonna fly.
Richard's better.
We're going with it.
Richard the Backshot.
Richard the Backshot.
Good fucking God.
Crazy.
So now the question is, are we trying to so we don't know where it is, right?
You don't know his exact position. Well, I guess a good perception roll would be in order to tell what direction it came from. You're not used to being in caverns like
I was going to
this.
say, it's like a cavernous area.
It is cavernous.
So it's gonna be
There
a
are
hell of a time
stalagmites
to
all
locate
around you.
that.
It is a large enough section of the Underdark. You do not see the ceiling. You do not see, both walls
That's kind of cool.
to the side. This is
30 perception.
30's pretty good.
I'm not even going to try.
Not even gonna attempt.
Yeah.
God damn. You can always
Throw
try for the
that
nat
shit.
20.
Assault on stream? We're gonna get demonetized.
All right, hold on,
I don't
hold
know if
on.
I'm sober enough for Richard the Backshot Beholder.
That's it.
Anytime there's a
30.
random monster that needs a name,
30.
just now heard Richard.
Double 30s.
Also 30.
Come on, roll it, coward.
Fine. It's 39.
And 39.
There you go.
I had 20 natively.
Then why wouldn't you want to roll?
Who's listening that hard in a cavern?
Who's listening that hard? Everybody now. This is a very loud.
I was about to say, we've been walking in pretty much silence in this cavern, and then a large booming voice just speaks to us in the darkness. I think everyone will kind of listen a little bit at least.
God.
I don't know who.
We deal with gods.
Generally speaking, it is in the direction that you were walking towards.
All right, let's see that diplomacy roll.
State your business or die.
Just passing through.
That's it. That's how you're starting this.
Yeah. Well, Bree wants to fight it, so I'm not gonna actually try to avoid it.
Richard.
As long as we get to fight something, okay?
Fucking maybe.
Maybe.
It's every single time. This all just depends on your guys'
I
choices.
rolled a 17 diplomacy and just kind of call out like, "Hi, we're just trying to get to the drow that are they left the city. We're not trying to stay here long, sir. Sorry, sir, ma'am. I don't know your gender. I don't want to assume."
Does it think you're a beholder? The age-old question.
Well, yeah. Does it see you yet? Is it just aware of your
I
presence?
say I don't speak.
Beholders are very
Beholder.
powerful magic
So-
casters, so it's super not outside of the realm that you've just tripped some kind of alarm spell, and this thing is still very far away from you.
Actually, a couple miles off. It's just bluffing.
Yeah. He's like, shit.
Flapping those little beholder tentacles. Just like,
Having a nap. He's got his little like nightcap on still.
He's thinking really hard about going fast.
thinking real hard about going fast.
We have Thin Mints, I swear.
Oh, Girl Scout season. I love Girl Scout cookies. Thin Mints are the best. You dare request access to the Temple of Nox to me?
That what it is.
Well, what if we could like trade some stuff for passage?
You know, Girl Scout cookies.
What are your intentions at this temple?
We just mean to speak to the people there about possibly relocating and allying with us to a new home. Yeah, the diplomacy roll on that one. 19.
You are to free the temple of the cultists?
If that's what's there, then yes. No matter what, I promise you this, sir. No matter how this goes, there won't be cultists there at the end of the day.
I am going to cast a spell on you. Do
Okay.
not resist.
Okay.
You feel magic
Yeah.
coming. Do you resist the effect?
No.
You let it wash over you. You feel unchanged. It is a compulsory truth-telling spell.
Cool. Okay.
Your intentions at the Temple of Nox.
We're just trying to get the people there to not be there anymore.
And you desire nothing else of the temple.
Correct. We don't know anything else of the temple. We didn't even know it was a temple.
You can almost like hear the grin. Excellent. You may pass through my territory on the condition that you are to remove the cultists from the temple and nothing else.
Yeah, I agree.
Silence.
Cool. So I'm gonna fucking detonate if I accidentally track anything from this temple with me. I'm gonna step on a fucking butterfly or something and take it with. Just we just
Christ, Brennan.
Oh, that's good.
Them bald bitches get him.
throw magic caster ever. Yeah.
Oh, all right, cool beans. So, not dying, at least yet.
Yep.
Interesting. Do you proceed forward then?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not usually the one that picks up shit from where we go anyway, so this
Yeah.
should be an easy deal for me to follow. Nobody else agreed to it, so
Yeah, you think
we'll see how that.
you think Richard's gonna see it that way?
Hey, you know, he should have been more specific, okay? I'm just saying, I got a lawyer. We could have really hatched this out a little more specifically.
Yeah. Onward and forward, I suppose.
Okay.
I can take nothing with me.
A little bit of time passes. New perception rolls.
We just see him like watching us over the rocks.
24.
His weird beholder tongue every now and then.
29.
24, 29,
31.
31. You are able to spot it out first. The rest of you are able to kind of see it as you approach. There's like a shimmering wall. Translucent. You can see through it, but there is obviously some kind of rippling mirage effect going on just up ahead.
So you say I'm the only one that saw it?
Currently, you are the first one to see it.
Oh, okay.
If
Well,
you continue approaching, you guys will see it too.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, like, I'll let my friends go first and walk through first.
You approach.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk up to it. No, you don't want to touch it.
I'll throw my
I
axe
don't.
at it.
I fucking touched
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say, I fucking don't.
And it just like deflects off.
No, yeah. I'm going to call it back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it returns to you. It is like a solid wall. Beyond it, you see more cave. You can kind of skirt around. It seems to be kind of just
We get through this.
kind of bubbling out of the wall.
All right, cool.
Do I see like any like special interaction with like the ether or the nether with it?
Yeah, you would. The nether does not flow through it, and the ether does seem to make up a component of this.
Okay. Yeah, I reach out with the mechanical arm, the prosthetic, and I try to like draw the ether out of a certain like.
Yeah, out of a pattern from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a concentration check.
25.
A 25, you begin pulling with great difficulty bits of ether from it. As they kind of shatter in their complex pattern, it becomes easier and easier to pick more of it apart. You guys on the outside of this vision see what appears to be a small hole opening up as if it is the ozone. And just as it begins truly opening to the point where you think that you're going to be able to crawl through, you hear, "Stop! Stop this right now!" from the other side.
Hail and well met.
We needed an entrance, so we made one.
Yeah, there's a small group of drow standing before you. A man in the front. He is wearing very obvious cleric robes, and he holds a staff, and he is holding his hand out, and you see like the pattern starts to almost try to refit itself.
Yeah. I want to focus on like not disassembling it further, but just holding where
Just
we're at.
maintaining there. You yell, "Hail and well met," and "You fools, it is dangerous out there. You cannot be here. You must go."
Well, we already went a pretty long ways, so if anything, it's safer to go forward away from the, I'm assuming, the big scary eye thing. Is that what you guys are worried about?
Then go around our barrier and continue forward through the caves to whatever you desire.
See, but what we desire is to come and talk to you guys, actually. We're emissaries from the surface.
He immediately just like super skeptical look on his face.
Emissaries from the surface.
The mystic land of the surface,
Sure.
Yes.
It's not
pulled
that
by damned souls all over trying to escape hells. Sure.
Yeah, that's the one.
How did you get past Richard?
We asked nicely.
Pretty much. We said that we were on our way to talk to you guys.
He has sent you to exterminate us.
No. Calm.
He's like, he holds up his hand and you see a couple of drow produce some crossbows.
Nope, hands up. Calm.
Hey, whoa,
calm.
hey.
No. Not here to exterminate you.
Listen, it's
We're
already
actually
taking...
here. We're actually here to see if we can strike a deal with you guys.
The power of the temple is here to keep us safe. He cannot have it.
What if we could get you someplace safer that even he can't reach? Talking about the surface.
He is not the one you need to be afraid of in the end.
A little more concerning.
Then who is, might I ask?
You fools never learn. You never know. Camazotz comes.
Oh.
And he is going to destroy everything in the Underdark.
Well, we could
Perfect!
get you out of here.
This actually ties in. We're actually here to see if we can convince you guys to leave the Underdark.
There is no leaving the Underdark.
There is, because we just came from the surface. I know you don't believe me, but like if you let us in and we can talk, we can prove it.
There's a couple mumblings amongst themselves.
Please, I'm so
Or-
tired of holding this open.
Yeah. Stop
Sweating.
it, please. Yeah, the priest seems like very, very concerned that you are able to tear a hole in this barrier.
And that is going to
At
be
all.
a
It's just what I do, baby.
37 diplomacy check.
A 37.
Oozle's real good at diplomacy.
You must leave your arms here at the dome.
I can't leave my arm. I need that to hold things.
Slap him upside the head. No, idiot, your weapon.
God, dumbass.
As I have no notable weapons on my person.
Do you not have the gray sword anymore?
Well, my greatsword is tiny, and the other greatsword is currently with the smithy god,
Yeah.
who is smithing it into not a greatsword.
Why is your gray sword tiny?
I have the storage gauntlet.
The storage gauntlet that yeah, zips it into nothingness.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't like to walk with it. It's heavy.
not a problem. We'll leave our weapons here.
Mark kind of like leans over and he's like, "Dude, I don't feel like super comfortable. I'll leave my weapons here."
It'll be fine.
Sleight of hand into a backpack. Just slip it in.
No, that's not how you build good relations.
You guys disarm?
Reluctantly. Yeah.
Okay.
You could just try to call it through the air.
I mean,
Wait. Yeah, that's actually a good point to make. Can we leave them like just inside the barrier? Because like
I don't want them
this is expensive.
There is nothing outside there besides Richard to worry about.
well, what if Richard
You're gonna
takes
come
it?
back and he vaporized your
Like listen.
What would he utilize a shield and axe for? He has no hands.
Nothing, but if he breaks it now,
Look, you
it doesn't
can
get used against him
leave
later.
you can leave some people just with our stuff. I would just prefer it be inside the barrier. I don't know this place. I don't trust it.
He looks over and calls to two of the drow. Fine.
I appreciate the compromise.
Listen, he's got a really bad track record with weapons
flails.
being
Yeah.
broken and
Exactly.
He kind of waves his hand and a doorway appears in the barrier. You can now see through it that there is a grand structure behind him.
Oh God.
that was a workout.
Bed.
You guys got down here? Are geese a thing in the Underdark?
Oh man.
Teeth geese.
You guys are let in, disarmed.
I chuck a little dagger in the pile just to make him feel better, but
They do want you to like open up your backpacks and
yeah, I don't got
show that
nothing
you
in
don't
there.
have any weapons.
Yeah. I'll leave my halberd, sword, and flail.
I mean, make
Yes.
sure I'm not lying. Yeah.
Okay. Mark just puts his backpack down and he's just like, fuck it.
It'll take too long.
Yeah. There's nothing else important in there.
Pulling out just like a Deadpool bag, just like sword, second halberd, third halberd, and
Ooh,
like,
other gun.
Shit, I had two of these?
it's not even like a fucking like magical backpack. He's just fucking like that's a spear.
No, he does not have a magical backpack.
Oh man.
I know that's what makes it funny.
Get our man a magical backpack. He really deserves it, you know.
They do like a magic essay on it, and they're like, where the fuck is he pulling this from?
Mark has a single magic item, and it's because you guys used him as a guinea pig that one time in the Shadow Realm.
I don't know who this you guys is. I wasn't there. That was Telly and Harway? Question mark. When
Yeah.
that happened?
Yeah, I think so. You guys are tentatively let in. It is very quickly explained that like we're gonna let you into kind of the main hall. We have a couple rooms right off that you can stay in. There's a dining room here. Nowhere else.
Take me to your leader. No. I will ask if the dude's in charge.
The cleric guy turns around and goes, "Well, you're looking at him.
Perfect. This makes things a lot simpler.
Selenar is my name."
1 sec. Pulls out a notebook.
How do you spell that? Fucking knife ears and their weird names, you know?
Maybe we.
Did you just say that out loud?
Maybe we ease up on that.
I'm wanting to implement more in-character dialogue in my games, so y'all better start being careful with that.
What?
I've gotten Wyatt so many times with that shit.
What? Repeat that name, please.
Selenar.
Selenar. Selanar is what the random name generator gave me.
Cool. Selenar. Do you have a moment to speak?
I suppose we have as much time as the god grants us.
All right. Well, I'll try to make this quick then. So we come from the surface. There is a path to the surface in the Citadel. We got to the Citadel from the surface by going through this path. We are here to... The Citadel wants you guys gone. However, I feel like they're being a little bit extreme.
Dickish was the word I used.
The Citadel needs destroyed. They meddle in things that they do not know, and they alone have disrupted the balance of the Underdark and called the Bat Terror here to destroy everything.
Tell me about that. What do you mean by that?
The Underdark requires balance between the species. Them joining together in this way, it is disgraceful, and it has brought the wrath of Camazotz upon us. War, though it is terrible, bloody, and nobody wishes to participate, is a necessity of this place. Populations need to be kept within certain bounds. We need to be kept within certain territories. The creation of the Citadel has destroyed everything of the balance to the point where even demons may live a peaceable life.
Notice that. That was kind of odd.
Camazotz will not stand for it for much longer, so we have retreated here, where the abjuration magic is strongest, and we may form a barrier that perhaps we can be spared.
Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna pull out my map. the one that has the magical ley lines burnt into it.
If you were to overlay the Underdark to the real world, you'd be pretty fucking close to the abjuration ley line. If not, perhaps 2 stories above it.
Well, that's a rough. That's
So we're not getting into this the easy way, are we?
no. We actually might. It'd be shady as fuck, but we might.
Oozle says, "I'm glad you agree," and just like grabs the man's skull and fucking
Just fucking Omni-Man. Finally, someone who speaks the truth.
All right. So, from what I'm gathering, you are not. So, you say the citadel needs to be destroyed because of the balance, but you're not necessarily interested in like saving the Underdark. You're kind of just willing to like let what happens happen, and then.
Have you fought a god before?
Not yet.
Not
You know-
yet is crazy.
I got
Wild.
big plans. I got big
I got
plans.
big plans.
Let's just say not directly.
I chased a demigod around a library once.
That was fun.
That's like close.
I got one shot. At demigod one.
but no, we have not. So I will.
Do you believe that a mere 1,500 drow could stand up to a god?
No, probably not. But that 1,500 is
That's a
nice
good
number.
fucking
I like
number.
that fucking number.
It also means we're not finding our way out of here.
No, we're fucking not. No, we're fucking
Do you wish to be destroyed by the wrath of a god?
God,
Not
pray to the
particularly.
sun.
not particularly. No.
Then
But
would you not also retreat to what you believe to be your only hope for safe haven?
by all means, this is not. This is not. I'm not judging for the retreat to the temple like at all. It makes sense. But my question to you is: do you believe that your shield will protect against a god?
It is the source of abjuration, the source of shielding for this entire realm. If it cannot stand to a god, nothing can.
I mean, but this little guy,
Tell you what
he
we
like
can do.
broke it. I'm just pointing it out.
No, we
And
didn't.
that is extremely concerning to us. Part of why we let you in.
Okay. So, anyways,
Hi.
how would you like
Mushroom broth.
a more guaranteed plan for safety for your people? I mean, you kind of did, actually. It's like this,
that I would have had it.
this little halfling was just like, open. So, like, God coming in, it'd be.
There is also,
I
it's
can
an,
see the centroid of the
an
mechanism.
endless source of replenishment of the magic for it. So,
Yeah.
But I can offer you a more surefire way for you and your people to survive if / when Camazotz does come to.
it is not if, it is when.
It is when Camazotz comes to restore the balance. So, like I said, we come from the surface. And as you have said, you understand that war is a terrible thing, but it is a necessary thing. We're coming here to enlist the help of your people and give them a city of their own. However, we would like your assistance in our war in exchange,
The ask is always at the end.
of course. this war, I'm sure that our strifes are not comparable to yours because, fighting gods. But we have claimed this town and we just need a force to hold it and assist us in the ways of magic. Magic is not as prevalent on the surface as it is down here.
And who taught you, young one? If it is not as prevalent at this surface, surely that is not where you learned such a mighty power.
I don't know if we've got time for that kind of conversation. It wasn't the surface. It sure as shit wasn't here. I lost a lot in order to get this power from somewhere beyond.
Do you and your travel companions desire a place here? Such powerful magics we could utilize and could help preserve us through the god's terror.
We're really keen on the sun and the rest of the politics that we got going on upstairs. So no, but you can come with. Give him a little smile. Kick my feet a little on the stool.
We can guarantee you safe passage to the surface. You will be safe from Camazotz. You and all of your people.
How?
Big bad god, right? With the sun. That's how.
Kind of.
Let's assume that you are telling me the truth. How do you plan on moving my people safely?
To the Waystone in town, right?
Oh, but it's
I mean, we're taking the people that want out. I feel like we could be like,
we could broker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they would go for that. If it means these people have fucked off, then
Yeah. And honestly, at this point, we have at least, I don't know, I would say slightly better than neutral relations with the Citadel. Yeah, good. Yeah.
this is actually get us a +5 to our rep with them. Yeah.
Statistically speaking.
So we can broker a deal with the Citadel.
We will not enter the walls of that cursed place.
You're making this really difficult.
Okay.
No, actually, we have already made this extremely simple.
They have. We're the compromise. This is negotiations here.
Surely there's other ways up to the surface. There's
Yeah, we would just have to find it.
this place is a
Because we got
Swiss
in
cheese block of wormholes.
Yeah, because
Like,
we got in through that that like tomb thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that was outside of the Citadel.
was it?
Yeah, it was like just outside of it, but it was like
It was
there.
inside the walls.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It wasn't
because
in town.
Because like we
That's right.
popped
Yeah.
out and they were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And we're like,
You're right.
"Oh."
you're right. My bad.
Yeah.
All right. You won't go into the Citadel. If we were to can he dig to the, isn't the Underdark kind of like his own realm?
It's technically a plane, but there are connections obviously between.
It's the back rooms.
Okay. All right. Well, if so, the only locations that we know of to get to the surface come from inside the Citadel.
Yes.
So, if we were to find another route outside of the Citadel, would you and your people agree to come with us?
I bet you there's one in Ledshire.
There's all those. Yeah.
It would depend solely. Well, it would depend on how far and how long it would take. Camazotz may be upon us as we speak. The barrier must remain active. My people must remain safe.
Understood.
We have been waiting more than long enough. He is due any time now.
Do you know of any nearby caverns that move in a vertical direction? We can start our search there.
There are always tunnels that go upwards. They all end eventually. Are you going to try to brute force your way out of the Underdark?
No. I was just saying, like, if they're, I don't know,
Okay.
looking for, like, if they were like, yeah, there's, like, I don't know. There is one tunnel, but, like, nobody ever ventures it. And then I could sit here and be like, oh, that's probably it.
Why don't you, like, call someone who lives here and probably knows a thing or two about other entrances? Like your ex.
I can't because she's busy with fucking Gwen.
Oh, I'll call her then.
Strange choice of words.
No, I know what I said. Okay. All right. Give us a moment. We'll try to devise a solution.
There is also a limited amount of conjuration magic around.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like
we can't like
teleporting?
portal out.
Okay. Yeah. No. That was all right. That one was already off the table.
Because of that, we may not actually know how many of the gates to the Underdark are open.
Mm-hmm.
Does that work off of conjuration magic?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's still a dimension shift.
It's dimension shifting. Which is the same as teleportation.
Yep.
It's all in conjuration.
So actually, the Underdark could be like, on the verge of collapsing.
At very least, it is actively becoming cut off from the surface.
No shit.
We're gonna get complaints of people being like, my room shrank by 3 inches because of the lack of matter. It ebb and flows from the other dimension.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna feel heavier because the Earth's no longer hollow.
All right. One moment. And
Yes, you can.
I would like to
Yeah, but I can only plane shift like 5 people at a time, and I don't have that spell anymore, so it's gonna take a hell of a lot of math probably and
Effort.
effort.
all right.
Yeah.
Let's adjourn the meeting for now while we figure out a new plan.
Oozle doesn't cast spells, so
If you are weary, you may retire to the rooms that we have provided you.
Thank you.
If you need anything at all for sustenance or accommodation, you may ask my daughter, Viesa. And she steps forward from the group that had kind of initially found you guys.
Now who's being selfish?
It's a lot of conjuration magic.
I'm going to.
there's not big enough brain for that anymore.
Gwen could do that for you.
Yeah, absolutely, she could.
I'm going
What would it
to. So
cost,
I'll
though?
retire. I'll retire to the provided rooms, and I want to give Finn
Very
a call.
simple fare. Yeah, you buzz to Finn. He answers in his kind of usual manic way.
Hey, buddy, I got a question for you.
Yes.
I understand that our mage map that you worked really hard on got destroyed. But,
Yeah.
Thanks
for reminding me.
Do you? I mean, I know you're working on it
Yeah.
right now, so it's
You
not
can
like
you can like
forgot.
hear the hyperventilation.
I'm about to say you're working on it right now. It's not like you forgot.
He certainly did not forget.
But
He hasn't slept in
do
6
you
days.
do you recall any underground entrances, possibly to the Underdark?
Around Bronshire?
Yes.
Is there an entrance to the Underdark around Bronshire?
There is, yes.
Really? Not really.
Yeah, it's
It's like
the,
a 2-day walk,
The
right?
Standing Stone is in access to Standing Stone.
No. We're not talking about the same stone. We're talking about the mine.
Yeah.
that's like
like-
between.
That's just
bronze
by
and not quite. Yeah.
just by not quite.
Yeah.
Yeah, his map didn't quite go that far.
It's like a day's walk still.
But also, he 100% would not have explored an iron mine. And then, of course, you guys sealed that entrance as well.
They sealed the entrance. They didn't like that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
no, he is completely unaware. And realistically, all of his efforts with the mage map have been getting the local areas set for remote spell casting, for remote observation, and has been almost exclusively a surface endeavor. You know,
Yeah, that was worth an ask.
I wonder.
he's got like the kobold tunnels mapped out.
I wonder. I don't know what the economy of magic looks like, right? As far as like the consumption of conjuration magic. But if we have a portal to another dimension that is already open, I think personally it would stand to reason that it would be a lot cheaper, the amount of conjuration magic wise, to retune that portal than to open a new one that is like permanent. We have the Wandering Dungeon. It's a different plane, right? The Wandering Dungeon.
It's close to a pocket dimension. Yeah.
We could just try to like have Gwen or someone else retune that to, insert cavern A next door to this fucking keep or their basement or whatever, so that we can just go from this dimension out of that and enter our world from the Wandering Dungeon.
So,
or the Iron Mine.
well, we can't do the Iron Mine because that's inside of the Citadel.
No, but what I'm
The
saying
portal
is
itself can
the
be
portal
retuned.
from our side
Okay.
could be possibly retuned.
Well, see, but you have to think that like
And it
I
would
see-
be easier on the magical weave to do that.
But I mean, we would still then have to open a new portal here.
No,
The portal would be moved to
it would be
here, is what
moved
he's
to
saying.
here.
Okay,
So it would no longer be
Taking
in
a
their crypt.
pre-existing portal instead of using all the magic for a buy-in,
Yeah.
basically.
So the crypt would no longer have an access portal, which I'm sure the city would love us for, actually.
So long as you did it cleanly.
Yeah, so long as we don't rip the fabric of reality.
Yeah, messing with portals between realms can get a little
Okay, so
gross.
I vibe with that idea, minus the Gwen thing. Give me something else other than Gwen.
Name one other brother we're gonna ask.
I don't know. That's why I said give me something other than Gwen.
We got guy who turns off magic, Gwen.
I mean,
We got depressed man with one hand who turns off magic, Gwen.
we can actually.
You haven't messed with any portals, though. You haven't tried.
I personally have never tried,
Yeah.
and I don't know if
You had the spell. Like, you are in the back of your mind, passingly familiar with the workings of portals.
Yeah.
But now your magic system's all wonky. It doesn't work correct.
I can try if you really want me to try.
You do have access to minor spellcasters through all of your temples and stuff.
I
we could do like a ritual cast and just have them do it.
Or we're already here. We could ask if we could spare just like a couple of drow to try to help us.
That sounds like we're sacrificing them. You should work on the phrasing for that.
Well, yeah. this is us.
Do you have
having
any
the
extras
conversation.
just laying around?
So now it's 1498 drow.
I know you've all become enemies of the entire state of the Underdark to retreat to this place and protect all of your people in the event of a god cataclysm. But, you got a couple extras we could just take.
So I mean, I don't feel like we're gonna find anybody here who's
could
a
have
high
used
enough
Grugnug's
caster
help.
level to do it.
I'm aware we could have used drug myself. I'm aware.
Grugnug could have been a lot of help.
Could have indeed.
He wasn't like a portal specialist, though. It was evocation and magic item creation was kind of his jam.
Yeah.
But creating the framework for a portal.
And that's the only thing is I've done a fair amount of plane shifting. I do know what it feels like, and
It's at this point that Mark leans in. He goes, "I know how to make a portal."
how do you make a portal, Mark?
And he pulls out. He's well, no, I don't have my stuff. You got a pen and paper?
Yeah, here.
And he just starts drawing. He draws an arch, and he starts segmenting it and drawing runes.
Oh my god, we had to memorize the fucking thing. He memorized the Waygate from. It's the one that we have next to us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Maybe between you and Mark, you can do it.
I can't.
You're looking at this, and all these runes. It's in the back of your head. They
Yeah.
look familiar, but
That's all swiggles to me.
yeah.
It's all Greek to me.
Okay, well, I guess we'll pass. Okay, so
I think between him making the actual structure and doing the runes, it doesn't matter if I know the runes. I feel like
I don't know. You're the magic boy. You tell me.
I used to be the magic guy, and that's not even the right kind of magic.
It's totally different magic now.
I never did the ritual thing. I just did the in my head thing.
That's Harry Potter. I'm living in Star Wars, motherfucker. Get it right.
Okay. I think
Different
there's no-
canons.
Okay, so
We can try.
all right. I am going to I'll inform the Selenar.
Yeah.
I'll inform him of the plan that we have.
I feel like their confidence should be pretty high on us. They did watch me single-handedly start to disassemble their barrier.
Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily that their confidence would be low in your magical abilities. The question comes down to, do they want to trust the strangers who showed up yesterday
Yes.
and that they know have had some kind of dealings with the Beholder, the powerful magic caster that desires to slaughter all of them and take what they have in this temple to create a portal inside their barrier to allegedly bring them to the mystical safe lands of the surface, of which they have never seen any true proof of existence for.
Well, I guess they're adept in magic. Don't you guys have like a zone of truth casting spells?
They do have the truth
like,
casting spells. Yeah,
open
you
book.
Interrogate me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They ask very intently on the details of your deal with Richard.
Yeah, we're just trying to get you out. That's what we agreed to, and I don't get to take nothing. These guys never had a deal. I did all the talking.
And you believe the surface exists.
I'm from there. Yeah.
We're from there.
99% sure.
He's like looking. He's looking at the casters that are like maintaining the spell, and they're like super confused, looking at like the lie detector paper, and they're like, they believe.
Okay. I'll tell you what. So this is actually you guys have sending stones, correct?
Yes.
Okay. My reason for I'm telling you like what our plan is, but if you would like more solid, I don't know, proof of what we're saying, if you would send a couple of your magically inclined individuals with us, they can relay back to you that we are telling the truth, and they can assist us in opening this portal to get your people out of here.
We probably have to do it from this side.
I mean, I see no reason why we would have to.
It depends. Are you creating a new portal or retuning an existing portal? Which idea are you?
Retuning.
You would. So what you're gonna need, right? If you're utilizing Mark's memorized arch, that of course needs to be built here.
Correct.
At the current point, but you will need major spell casting at the portal that you're trying to retune.
Okay.
And even still, if you were building a portal of this type, you would need someone at the destination, even if you were building a brand new one.
Okay.
So you'll have to split
I was about to say
somehow.
I can
and
stay here.
what we can do as collateral, as trust of faith, we can leave Belrune and Mark here to assist in building the portal on this side.
That's true. I do need Mark here. Yeah.
Mark
And then-
Mark absolutely needs to stay here.
And then myself and Rack will take your people topside, and they can relay to you.
So they're slavers.
And then they can relay to you that we are indeed telling the truth.
If they're slavers, they just got 2 slaves for free. So,
Yeah.
And that is
as Mark and I are weaponless.
that'll be a 39 on diplomacy.
Fine. And as a show of good faith, it will be my daughter
That's a lot of pressure.
that I will send back with you.
Very well.
If her skin is so much as nicked, the deal is off. And your friends will be executed.
Hey, don't fuck this
Understood.
up for me, okay?
I can live with that, yeah.
Rack, you should be the one to talk to Gwen because
Who the fuck is talking to Gwen? We're not talking to Gwen.
the guy doesn't get along with her, and we're gonna need some heavy magic on the other side.
I fire blasted Gwen. I don't think she likes.
It's okay. She's cool. You know, it's not the first time she's been fire blasted.
Okay.
Probably won't be the last.
All right.
That's fucked up.
So Can you do teleportation? Oh, yeah, you don't.
Probably. I used to.
The spellcaster has to know like where they're going, right?
Yeah.
It can't be okay.
Well, not technically.
Not technically.
The caster doesn't technically have to know where they're going.
What the fuck does that mean?
It
Like, can I know?
does what it says on the tin, right?
Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay. In order for me, Rack, and these couple of drow to get topside,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna ask. I guess I'll ask them first. Like, can they do teleportation magic just to get us there quicker? Because that way we're not walking through the land of Richard.
Yeah.
They can.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You can be teleported.
Okay, cool. I will let them. I don't know if there's a spell. I would assume there's a spell for this. I'll let them like tap into like my brain piece to like deduce like exactly like where I'm trying to go. That way they can teleport us there.
You can get shunted into a wall.
Yeah, no, you should just have them teleport you to them. Having them teleport you from a different location to
Well, no, I'm saying like
different
for me,
location.
Rack and the Drow, like for all of us to teleport to the surface.
You want the drow to teleport you out.
Yes, because no one else here can.
No, they cannot do that.
Okay.
They have no knowledge of the surface. They can do that, but how comfortable are you with the idea of just appearing a mile above the surface or a mile below the surface?
Wow, that's about to go into my brain piece, and they're like,
Yeah, that's not how brains work.
all right.
Because like you know where you're going, you can imagine really hard, and they could be like, "Oh yeah, I see fields of green."
Red roses too.
Yeah, and then, but it's like, where the fuck is that?
Okay.
End up in Scandinavia where we're
yeah.
waiting 6 months for you to take a boat.
Okay.
This in and out 5-minute adventure becomes a year and a half.
Would
You guys are getting a little wild there.
Right on the line, Brennan.
okay.
It's beautiful.
Okay. We do have mages.
I can get you guys there.
No. I asked you that, and you gave me a weird look, so I don't trust that.
I'm 1/32nd orc. I can say wog.
So we have mages. They're just like low level and whatnot, but like, I would assume that they still have access to teleportation magic.
Yeah, it would just be a ritual casting.
Okay.
'Cause that's why I initially thought you were talking about. Is you were talking about your guys bringing you home.
Well, yeah, but we also need to get the drow.
It's going to be hard because you're going to utilize all the conjuration magic in your area because it's already been depleted and refilled and depleted and refilled a couple of times, and it's getting slower every time. So you're going to spend a lot in getting back there. But you were going to use a lot in getting back there anyway because you're going to utilize a standing stone.
Exactly. So like,
Standing stones are weird though in the sense that they pull from like technically everywhere, all at once.
because my thought is to have like them teleport Finn down here so that he can collect stuff from the drow that are coming with us, so then he can add it to our little like you
Map.
can cast on people here, and then they do a ritual cast to bring all 4 of us up there.
You could do that, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. Did anyone have any other ideas?
Yeah, I can just put you there.
All 4 of us.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll actually work and
Yes.
not kill or maim people?
Correct.
I want the truth spell on Belrune again.
yeah, this is not happening in this. Well, you probably believe it.
I've done it before.
Um,
I've shifted many a soul across plane.
20. Wait, no. 32 on a sense motive.
He believes it.
Done it
It's-
before, I'll do it again.
there's the confidence.
This doesn't work if I don't know how to do this anyway.
It just wouldn't cast.
All right, give it a fucking shot, I guess.
Explain the process to me.
Okay, so you know how you kind of feel like you've been atomized?
Yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh.
And you know, you go through a portal, you kind of like and stop existing.
There's that like pull.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about that like fade to nothing, and then re unnothing
Yeah.
elsewhere. That feeling of kind of like slipping into a line and then just like
Yeah.
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 really focused on that pull. You know, thinking about home thinking about the nice desk that we have in the office that I sleep under sometimes.
The shadows roil around you as you pull power to yourself.
Yeah. We're really like, thinking about like how nice it would be for these people to be there and see the surface for the first time and fulfill their legend.
Yeah.
I kind of like start like reaching out. I'm trying to like group them into this.
You pull some shadows and like make a circle around yourself with it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a group project now.
Yeah, you can see the seams in the shadows themselves.
We're gonna dump 20 spell points into this.
20. Okay. It's more than sufficient.
Perfect. Okay. Painting the picture of us, kind of the room of us, kind of disappearing and starting to fade, and then us, the new room.
Make sure when you are saying this, it's
That
like
that
us.
You're starting to lose. You're starting to lose a little bit on that.
because you need to stay here. Remember
Down
that.
and back.
Yeah. As you go, you can form the nether to form like physical visible darkness.
Yeah.
But that's not the way to do this.
Okay.
It roils around. You can see the folds, the seams almost in the reality that it is. But it does not move to you.
Okay. Maybe we gotta mix it up a little bit. Try like dabbling a little bit of ether into the seams. Try to like.
When you call the ether to yourself, the folds vanish.
As he's doing this, I'm instructing the drow to like have their eyes closed, like shield their eyes because the sun's gonna be bright.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a little bit of time to adjust. It's
You're
bright
handing out
there.
sunglasses.
Yeah, it's gonna be bright out there.
I'm collecting my weapon. I'm not leaving that here.
Oh yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, let's get our gear before we go back to the surface.
The drow will hold your gear. They still are not going to allow you to be armed here.
That's fine. Wait, like the drow that are coming with us will hold
Yeah.
it? Okay, cool.
Okay, so
There may be a way to do it with ether as well, but right now what you are describing to me is not
Gotcha. Okay.
is not panning out in that direction.
Yeah, we suck that back.
Yeah.
Take the ether back.
It's okay. You can always go back a step,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Unless you get far enough that suddenly you can't.
Right. Refer to my notes here. Sorry, guys. It's a complicated process.
It's like it's a whole magic system unknown to humanity until you specifically. Sort of.
Sort of, but not.
There are those, as you know, there are gods that can travel between realms. And this is the magic of a different realm.
Right. So
there might not be any mortal sources of information to your magic, but immortal sources. Absolutely.
I'm seeing the folds,
Yeah.
the threads here. Can I roll a knowledge check on the book that I read about this magic?
Yeah.
And see if I can like recall. At 20.
There was a story of the people of the Pocket, and it was told that they had multiple amazing abilities through the Nether exclusively. It was told that they could enter it and become part of it wholly and then exit on their own free will. And that specifically references folds in the Nether, shadows within the shadows. And then, unrelated but interesting, it mentions that they had the ability to move and shape stone and earth as well.
That's cool. So, okay. Got our folds and gathering the power.
Fucking right.
Are the people that
We
I'm
didn't get
trying
pissy
to
with him. He
move
got pissy with us.
currently touching the folds?
No.
Okay.
No, they form almost in your periphery.
Okay. I kind of start like directing people towards them,
Yeah.
and then I want to like pull from those people into those pockets.
Yeah, you do a little connect the nether of them to this nether that you have summoned,
Yeah.
and you have them move. Do you attempt to move into the folds?
No, because I need to stay.
Okay. Fair. Uzel, you are directed then. Rack, you are directed to move to the folds. You feel something tug at you, like from your core, from your center, and begin pulling you. Belrune basically tells you to follow it.
All right.
Just keep with it, guys. We're almost there.
Yeah. The world blacks out. They disappear. Uzel, Rack, you two, and your drow escorts. There is a scout. He goes by Vulis.
Yeah, he does.
Fuck yeah, he does. Vulis and Viesa are with you. Uzel, you know this place. It is dark. Light seems to be inverted almost.
You bitch.
There is a shimmer.
Fuck.
You fucking asshole.
The wrong plane.
Of what could be around. You see the shining eyes of individuals nearby you. You feel uncomfortable. You feel physically like you're not in the right place.
Yeah, no
Not
shit.
just like, oh shit, we were sent to the wrong area, but like
No, yeah, no
to your
shit.
core.
Okay, I'm going to tell the drow. You
They
need
look
to,
super confused.
yeah, this is wrong. You need to get us back. You need to get us back to the temple. Can you guys do teleportation? This is really bad.
Can either of them do teleportation? Do I have either of those? Vulis can't. Yes, I can. Yeah.
Thank fuck.
She goes, grab my hands.
Hands.
Yeah. And she casts, Belrune, you're sitting there sweating. Like, that took a lot out of you. And for all your remembrance through the book, it only talked about personally being able to do that. There was never being able to bring somebody else or force somebody else into the nether.
Okay.
You're feeling real proud.
Yeah.
You did great. Then they appear around you. They reappear. There's a bright flash of light through standard teleportation. You guys are back. You didn't want to explore a little bit?
No, I
Where
did
the
not.
fuck were we?
So I look at Belrune.
I'm like laying on the floor.
Sweating.
He sent us to the shadow plane, and that is not a good place to be.
Where that fucked up thing is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You remember.
I remember that thing.
Cool.
Things.
So yeah, we're gonna go with the original plan because I'll look at Belrune. No. And I will call Finn and our mages to do the original plan of get Finn down here, gather up some stuff, and then get all four of us to where we actually want to be because we all almost died.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit of time.
That's cool. We have
brought you to
time.
the shadow. That's interesting. I wonder if the ether will bring me to like the heavenly plane.
No, dude, you should try it on your own by yourself.
I'm gonna start with objects first. I decided I'm done experimenting.
How would you know if the object?
I'm done experimenting on people.
How would you know if it worked? If you didn't go, like I think you should try it yourself.
He's got a point.
So cool. I'm going to apologize profusely for that to the drow folks.
Yeah, they all look very concerned.
Yeah, that was not what was intended.
Sorry, guys. New powers.
He's new to all of this.
Yeah.
Please give
Whoops. New magic.
new magic. Who this?
You guys teleport Finn in. It takes a little finagling, but you wind up having to teleport him outside of the dome and then having them allow him in. He is checked, disarmed, the standard.
His one like letter opener.
His quill.
Yeah, letter opener, you mean just like a dull piece of steel that he's got.
Let's that gives me an idea that it's for
Finn don't have shit.
yeah.
He starts this process. It's gonna be a good day, maybe even 2, to get this stuff done.
Well, cool, because I've got something to practice in the meantime.
Yeah. Or you could, of course, reconvene with the book, reread through some things.
Or I could see what the ether does.
Or you could see if there are folds in the ether as well.
Since we're going to be down here for a couple of days, I want to
Fiance, they never got married.
I want to ask if the drow, with all of their magical expertise, would be willing to look at my sport talent and see if they could unfuck it.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of a stretch, but like I have a really cool sport talent that I haven't been able to use.
VS is a cleric. She can do a little looking into your magics and see. It's not her specialty. They don't necessarily have somebody like that. The closest would be her. She'll run a magical essay on you and kind of check in.
Yeah.
Realistically, she comes back with nothing new. Your strains of magic are twisted and they seem to alter
Hey, wait a minute.
from time to time.
Maybe I can look at that. Trust me on this. I actually have.
Trust me on this.
I actually have some logic behind my reasoning there.
You're gonna like
He's gonna send
motherfucker.
you to the
Give me a
shadow
diplomacy roll to
plan.
convince Marquise.
Okay, so I started breaking down the barrier because I could kind of see like the makeup of it, right? And if this is because of like a curse, maybe I could start untwisting that, or twist your shit back to where it goes. Like one of the whole other things of this, the Nether, I believe it is, heals like how things used to be.
The ether. The ether is a restorative.
Yep. The Nether is the one that creates, like, if you have a limb chopped off, you just have a limb chopped off, but it's a stump now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Ether
Its
can't
whole
restore
thing-
limbs either.
Yeah.
As far as you know.
Right.
But
Its whole thing is like restoring shit. It's making the geometric shapes line up. Maybe you've got one crossed where it should be an eye. I don't know. Like,
I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna let you do it. But if you fuck me up,
you're already fucked up,
I
right?
promise, no. Like,
how much worse could it get?
no, see, I'm not even necessarily worried about like getting the sport talent fix.
He's gonna turn into a gnome.
If you, I'm telling you, I'm giving you fair warning. If you fuck up Oozle, he's gonna kill Belru.
You do know, like, a very heavy, like, reoccurring theme in the book is sorcerers, as they call themselves, tampering with, like, other people and turning them into demons.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be hilarious.
I'm telling you right. I'm giving you as much fair warning as I can. I'm giving you as much fair warning as I can. If
I
you
feel
think
like-
if even if it doesn't work, that's fine. But motherfucker, you just sent us to the Shadow Realm.
Right. Well,
The
that was
faith is
something
not really there.
What's wrong with the Shadow Realm?
in my defense.
You know what's wrong in the Shadow Realm.
In my defense, I have
a
had
beautiful
next
place.
to no luck doing things that I used to know how to do. But every new thing that I've tried has worked out pretty well. The barrier, the time I melted steel in the castle, like, it's going pretty okay.
Go ahead, give it a shot.
Okay. Let's first discuss this by telling me what your powers used to be like. Paint me a picture.
See, I don't like that. I don't like what you just fucking did there.
I legitimately love when my players are having in character moments and I just get to sit back and see what they do.
That fucking smirk on your face says otherwise, and it makes me so concerned.
I just like the therapist angle that you're taking
Well,
here.
a lot of this is like, my perception of things.
Yes.
And so I feel like the more descriptive you can be with how it used to work and how it works now that you know of. Obviously, there's some unexplored stuff. the better an outcome we will have.
So, as far as what it is now, it is essentially wild magic.
Okay.
It is random. What happens
Ever changing.
when I use it? What it used to be is I used to be able to make myself stronger and faster by
How?
pretty large amounts.
Did you become something else? Were you?
No, it is. Did he ever meet?
Roy?
No, not Roy.
Roy was a physical enhancer.
I think his name was Maury. The
plant guy.
Yeah, the one that he
No.
like photosynthesized himself.
Nvidia took him
Okay.
when she left.
No, physical enchantment, similar to a full strength sort of deal. I could also make myself faster, more dexterous, similar to a cat's grace. Pretty sure that's a spell, right? Spell, and
But were there like physical changes with this?
No, it was purely
No.
magical augmentation.
you know,
Okay, that's important because you could wind up with something else. We could make you stronger and turn you into an ox. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sure. Like actually,
I'm fucking 3 feet tall. My perception of strong things ends at ox. Okay.
Ends at ox. That fucking
no.
T-Rex that I spanked.
Fucking
Ox.
chump. Sees T-Rex, I can take it. Sees an ox, oh no. Purely magical augmentation.
Okay.
And I had a limit of how much of that power I could use a day. I could use all of it at once to drastically increase both my strength and dexterity. Or I could divvy it out in smaller portions given certain situations.
And did you get to decide per use
Yes.
what gets enhanced?
Yes, I could.
And does it stack?
Yes, it does.
Okay. What does it feel like for you?
Feels good. Feels real good.
My daddy left me with issues, so I like feeling powerful.
Makes me feel real good. And
Well, is it
I
like-
could
is
use
it like
more
an
of it.
Anger? Is it like a morale boost? What is it? What happens in Oozle's brain? You know, what triggers this?
The fear I instill in others.
So it is the chasing of fear.
I could
The
use
good
it.
guys.
I could use it.
Hero of the story.
I could use it more often the more people were afraid of me.
Okay. So would you say it was stronger when they were more afraid of you, or is it just more often?
More often.
Okay. And what are the side effects of something like this?
None. Just felt real good.
Okay, yeah. No adverse
Known.
effects. No adverse effects.
No known adverse effects.
So much fucking.
Okay, great. I just need you to lie still for a little while. I'm gonna take a look under the hood, okay?
Viesa can also chime in a little bit with what she saw through her standard magical essay. It seems that magic in this realm kind of flows, of course, around. It is an ambient thing. And you would have known this as well from your kind of classical training. And it flows in, flows out of living creatures, inanimate objects, everything. The use of magic is then taking those forces and then having that tangible outcome and kind of fixing them in reality.
I'm also gonna get Derek in on like a speaker call because
a three-way call.
he's done a lot of
Yeah.
done a lot of research on me because I tried to get him to fix it.
And so like
We have May on this group call as well.
No.
when a
fucking-
Derek and stuff, May does not answer if you call her.
She's a little busy.
She's doing something. You know, when a magical essay is ran on any of you three or any of the Godwoken, there are the obvious signs of divine magic entering in and not leaving. Like, you are absorbing that energy and maintaining it. It is becoming fixed in reality, which is why you can then manifest it in that way.
So the longer we live, the more divine energy we get. We become gods.
In the same, well, not necessarily the longer, but you know. And so, you know, when you use abjuration magic, you draw from that ambient, flowing, natural state of it, and you fix it in reality. What she sees is she sees magic enter Oozle, you know, abjuration, especially in this area, enter Oozle, and then, like, transmutation leaves. And then transmutation enters and conjuration leaves. It is changing the type of magic as it passes through him, is how she describes it.
Think I have everything we need. Unless Derek's got anything else to add on the collect call.
You guys forget that May is a succubus and can change form as needed in rather specific ways.
Does Derek have anything else to add?
No, Derek would explain it very close. He's got some more technical mumbo jumbo as he's a lot more in, but that realistically doesn't mean anything to you.
It's right over my head.
Yeah. You recognize a lot of, like, the medical terms and stuff, of course, from your classical training in the Church of Agni. But anytime he gets into the spell specific, for whatever reason, it's like it enters, you know that you should understand it, but it garbles and doesn't compute.
I got that, like, half-blood system, you know.
Yeah.
I meant for ancient Greek, and he's speaking arcane.
Yeah,
It's two different languages.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay. You ready, big guy?
We'll see.
Perfect. That's the kind of confidence I like to hear. Yeah, so, you know, I start kind of focusing in on the ether and nether in Oozle. And I'm looking for something that's, like, changing rapidly.
Yeah, like a point.
Yeah, or several.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, you delve in, you delve through, give me perception. So, just side tangent as we're talking for chat here, as we're talking about May just a little bit. Succubi in the homebrew work slightly different than what you guys are familiar with. There isn't a distinction between a succubus and an incubus in this world. Succubus, as a demon, they start out kind of gooey, like a slime kind of deal, and they then shape themselves out of that, almost like a like a doppelganger would do, where it is a physical transformation of themselves, not like an illusion transformation or anything like that. And reproduction is technically different. It is absorption of DNA and then budding, basically, that they do. And we've hinted at those things a couple of times through the campaign, but yeah, 100%. And then they form a personality after that.
Fucking A.
And then so then a huge draw for them is to produce increasingly powerful offspring. So they do things to make that happen. 25. It is difficult. But as you search through, you can see where the nether flows, where the ether kind of fixes and comes and goes within his body. And you catch almost like a choke point for a minute where it seems that everything becomes restricted and then flows out in a different manner. But it seems as soon as you focus on the point, it disappears and moves. Like it is actively trying to evade your sight.
Can I turn off your magic for a second? I just feel like this. What I'm looking at is kind of escaping me, and I think that if it has nothing to write on because everything is stagnant within you, I'll be able to find it a little easier.
Will you be able to turn it back on?
I mean, I'm not like turning it off. I'm really just kind of holding it still for a second.
Sure.
Yeah. So I kind of focus in on the shadow and ether as it's like hitting this choke points as the choke points are moving. Right. And instead of pulling it away, I'm just trying to lasso it.
Yeah, you want to stop it.
Yes.
Yeah, roll a concentration check. This is where it gets difficult, as you have slowly found before. Utilizing somebody's like internal nether and ether is vastly more harder to control than external natural.
Yeah, that's a 26.
26.
I'll
You are able
to
to freeze it for like small points. You do notice that when you freeze like the nether in an area, the like blood and tissue stops. Oozle, you feel immense pain every time it stutters inside of you.
Light work.
You're gonna take 35 points of damage.
Light work.
Hey, big guy, you may want to go invincible for a second or two with this one. I need to pour some more juice into this to really stop and take a look around.
Yes, Belrune is still a half.
Sure.
Nobody's quite sure when they look at him, but like objectively, yes.
Yeah, at my core, I'm just a silly little guy. Nice.
Yeah. So that's 2 rounds.
I got 12 whole seconds of stay still and don't kill Oozle.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, you're having a hard time fixing this individual point and trying to do just like stopping that, and then suddenly like his intestines stop for like a second and he goes Gah! And like starts moving.
Yeah.
You got 12 seconds.
Yeah.
2 rounds.
I'll dump 10 spell points into controlling it.
Yeah.
And then I'll do another concentration check to stop her. 18 on
Just
the
like
die
the
is pretty
points.
good. Yeah.
Okay, you're still trying to isolate it.
Yeah. For a 30 total.
30 total is fantastic. You're able to hold these points still, but it still seems that the choke point itself eludes you.
Okay, so that's still moving. Well, I can let the points go then.
Yeah.
We can. You're fine. Don't worry about that. No more pain.
You could go for a total freeze of all of the nether within it.
I do have the points.
Possibly. That's going to be the hard roll.
Yeah. Sure. We'll up us up to 15 spell points used.
Okay.
Before you roll that, take my hero point.
Okay.
+8 on the roll.
No, not a fewer points. I was say just a stack because I can.
They do
keep
stack.
going, but I am all out. Hey, chat.
Gods.
Alrighty. That's better.
Better than a nat 18?
I won.
Fuck yeah. God damn.
So we're at, what was that? 40 total, I think. Yeah.
40 even?
Yeah.
You freeze all of the nether and ether moving throughout his being. It is extremely tough to hold.
Let's get that perception check underway.
Yeah.
We're on borrowed time. It's not a great perception check.
Oozle's currently having all heart attacks and strokes at the same time.
I'm fine. Been through worse. Been through worse.
Unless I can do
27
heal
perception.
instead. And then,
You could do a heal instead. I'd take that just fine.
29 then.
29? Yeah. You find the fixed point. And it is attached to a black diamond that you had not been able to see before.
This fucking bastard.
As if there is a darker form of nether inside the nether that moves through his body.
Cool.
At the very tip of it, there is attached what appears to be a ring or a ball of nether encased in an extremely complex pattern of ether.
Okay.
And that is the fixed point.
Okay, so we gotta start working this from the outside in. Nether usually cancels out ether, so instead of trying to disassemble the ether, I'm gonna try and just like flood it with the nether around me.
You take some external nether,
Yeah,
and you're going to
start like
encase
trying
it.
to burn away at the ball. You like crush it.
You attack it. Yeah. Yeah, you let loose some lashings at it. Roll an attack roll.
Fighting a war in your body. Sorry, buddy.
It's fine. You got 12 seconds.
Shoot, when did you even get that hero point?
I think it was relatively
30
recently.
total. It was super
Was it?
recently.
Within,
yeah.
within the last, like, I would say, like, 3.
3 or 4 sessions?
Yeah.
Or maybe
Very nice.
Like, I have a little counter here.
Yeah.
And, like, that's why I was looking at it, and I saw that, like, I have, like, hero points 1. And I was like, take it.
yeah. 30.
30? Yeah, it is a hit. The nether lashes at it, but it does not seem to break. And as you have read with the ether, the more complex the pattern, the stronger it binds itself, and the harder it is to destroy.
Right. So it's gonna take several, probably.
It could take a couple of attacks,
this.
but
I mean,
you are on your back half of your last round.
yeah. I say I can do one more attack, and then we're gonna have to.
You could do one more attack, or you
revisit
could
this.
attack it in a different manner.
I mean, I could try plucking it apart. You know.
Yeah.
Decipher small patterns from the greater pattern. I think is really my focus.
Focusing in on like the individual pattern,
Right.
and then disrupting it
Yeah.
with the ether.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, roll it.
Concentration.
Yes.
Okay.
Or attack.
Attack would be a lot better right now. I've been
Yeah.
really low
Yeah,
on
that
my
does for
concentrations.
the ether. That does count in it as an attack.
Okay, perfect.
So,
Do we get any special additives for that?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. 25.
25. You focus down, straining yourself against this never-ending pattern within the ether, and you see it. You finally get down and you see the base structure, and by adding and then trying to subtract from the ether involved in the pattern, the sphere shatters. Just as you're having to let go of your hold on it, you see this little ball, this ring that seems to be filtering everything through it, unraveling.
Cool.
You're gonna have to release his nether though, and let his like body start moving
Yeah,
again.
yeah, I let him go.
Yeah. Your invincibility wears off. It is the single greatest amount of pain you have ever felt in your life.
I just learned something really cool though,
As-
that I can do
As
later.
every single cell in your body can breathe for the first time in 12 seconds again. You know, like it is not okay what happened.
The sensation going on in your body. You itch in your organs right now.
The bees are in your skin. Dig them out.
Look. Okay. There will be.
That's right. I remember that. It doesn't really matter where it came from, but
There will be
most
just
excellent.
like a solid, like 30 seconds of ooze will just like stare you to nothingness.
About 12 actually, but
No, I'm saying past that
Oh, okay.
12. As Uzel remembers how to breathe.
as you gasp.
yeah.
Yeah.
For you and I, it was a long 12 seconds, and then you had that 30-second cooldown. You
Yeah.
probably fall.
Bree wasn't even finished picking her own nose. Like Rack's just in the middle, still digging deep.
Oh yeah, Rack is watching this.
Yeah.
Got like a bag of popcorn. Don't even know
You're watching,
where she
but
got it from.
all you're watching is like Belrune put his hands over top of Uzel, who was just like laying on the ground, and then Uzel just goes like rigid
You
for
have
12
no idea
seconds,
what's
and
happening.
then goes,
I just don't want to hang out.
just hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I did it.
Give me a second. What did you do?
Well, you had a little thing in you. You know how like when you get a knot in your back and it kind of like branches out and affects other things? It was kind of like that, but magical, and it moved around a lot. And so I undid it.
Don't put it like that. Please, for the love of God, don't put it like that. Okay. What?
What's interesting is, and I don't know if maybe I'm just seeing this because of how I see the world now, and if this maybe was a spell, or if this is by someone who can do the same thing that I can do, but I did see it in like what I can do, where I have the complex geometrical shapes that are always in my vision. I told you about that, right? And then there's the little shadow bit that was in the middle of that, like it was trapped in there, like someone else did the same thing that I can do, but inside of you.
What do you mean shadow bit?
Well, you know, like you know how I like coalesce the shadows sometimes?
No.
You just like do it for a second.
Yeah, I just do it for a second.
Okay.
Like that, but in a ball inside of you.
So there was a...
And then something like this, and I do
Just like the whole room lights up, and everyone's like, "Ah!"
what's around it.
So there was a ball of shadow.
Yeah, it kind of looked like this, and I try to like make the same like cage around the ball of shadow.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as elegant, of
Yeah.
course, but yeah,
Very crude.
you create just a ball of shadows, and then you summon, you know, like a box of ether around it,
a little cube.
and you spin them in opposite directions, you know.
It was like this, but prettier and inside of you.
Got it. And you broke the...
As you make that model, the nether inside that cube roils, almost like it is enraged.
Yeah, so when I do, you know, it was like kind of filtering the other ether and nether going through your body, and then changing like the rhythm and the pattern of the ether.
Christ. I'm more so trying to see if he...
And then how I undid it, you know, you just take like a strand of the ether and change the shape a little bit, and I just kind of like pluck one of the corners of the box.
And the whole thing just explodes.
So I take it that he doesn't mention the fucking diamond bit. All right, I will
You
roll.
would reckon you do know what an anti-soul is. Belrune has encountered those.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be anything. Yeah. Maybe he picked it up from the Shadow Realm that he was just in.
Could be.
I
Doesn't seem to have any on him.
mean, here's the real fucking kicker. I'll try to use my fucking sport talent.
I would maybe give it a while for your energies to settle. Maybe a day.
You can actively, like, as you look into them, you see that like things are stirring.
Yeah.
Like something has changed.
All right.
I would give it, you know, rest up.
Take a nap.
Take a
Sure.
nap.
I'll take
Have some
mushroom
orange
soup.
slices. Yeah.
I'll take your soft professional opinion.
I just don't want it to explode in their living room.
We just got these new
They're
cars.
sitting here talking all this technical mumbo jumbo. Mark just looks at you and goes, "You want to see what they got in like that food court?"
Why didn't we do this earlier?
I've just been,
Just been hanging out.
I've just been hanging out, I guess.
He also wanted to see if Uzel would explode.
Yeah, there's like a morbid curiosity there. You know, I used to be a wizard, but then the party got Thoth really angry, and so he brutally turned his back on me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a feeling of loss that I hadn't felt since my family was brutally murdered in front of my very eyes by the Mad King's monstrosities.
Yeah.
So, you want to see what kind of meat they got?
Bet it's fucking weird. Let's go.
God. I love Mark so much. I'm like, brother, you gotta stop talking about your dead family.
Get over it, man. That was like a year ago.
Really brings down the fucking vibe, dude.
People don't forget, Uzel.
Read the room, man.
Makes it real hard to talk to him sometimes.
So easy. Just direct him away from his dead family, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually what we do, but it always feels bad.
What, you feel bad about it?
He says some shit, and we're always just like, so anyway.
Nothing to do with
That's
that.
tough,
She does
buddy.
not.
That's rough, buddy.
What's really shitty is he was wicked smart for a while, so he just knew that we were like, hey,
Oh, fuck.
ixnay on the dead family, eh?
fucking wild. All right, cool. Yeah, no. While they explore the food court, Oozle will take some, I don't know, some R&R.
Some Adderall and not Adderall,
Yeah.
fucking ibuprofen and a nap.
Some ibuprofen, some Adderall.
I need Adderall.
Yeah.
Yeah, Finn collects his samples and is teleported away. He says he's going to be working on it, but he hasn't slept in like 4 days at this point.
Yeah, poor guy.
He will persist as long as he can, but he cannot guarantee consciousness for the next 12 hours.
That's fine.
Okay.
Take a day.
Take a day. Okay. Yeah, so long as once you tag that as like non-emergency, you can see him actively falling asleep as he's getting like sucked through the portal.
Fine, buddy. Take.
Rest well, sweet Brit.
You guys have a full day amongst the drow to do as you will.
Well, I'm sure they've got some questions for us and
There are
portal breaker and or
tons of
barrier breaker.
questions coming your way. Mark's going to get started on directing them on how to carve the runes
Fuck
for
yeah.
this arch. Rack, you're in a giant ass temple sealed with a magic barrier. There's drow all around, and they don't want you exploring.
Okay, but if I do, I could probably play it off as being really dumb.
You are really dumb.
Play it off.
It would
I'm about to
be
say,
really-
Bree's like, I can play it off. Rack is just like,
You be playing?
You've been lying to us this whole time? Ugh.
I mean, she's gonna wander.
He was 100% sure that his wife was pregnant. She was like 7-8 months along. Yeah, it was like obvious showing. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were moving because the baby was coming soon, and they wanted to be in a better city with better amenities, which so happened to be Bronshire. But when
It only reminds
when you're
me-
running from the Mad King, you only have a couple options.
It
Our
only
city
re-
is like the best city, like aside from like probably Goldshire. As far as like population general wealth goes, we're kind of doing pretty good for ourselves.
Well, you'd only been to Lead thus far, so
Hey, and bro.
could get worse from
Thank you.
here.
yeah, Bronze is the one that you're talking about,
Yeah,
though.
I know what I said. We've done some improvements.
It only
Better
reminds
than
me
at
of,
least
like,
Silver.
It is better than it has been.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I would put it as better than at least Silver, even though I've never been there.
the like Mad King run with Gur, where he just like saw the kill cloud, grabbed the baby,
And just
sprinted for, like a half mile.
He went so far. He was just like, I keep running. He was succeeding fortitude saves all over to just keep going. Just eventually ran out of breath.
Yep,
Tragic.
small goblin, large baby. you
Yeah.
know?
It was a beautiful time.
And then the kill cloud got him in the end anyway.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, the kill cloud just goes. Yeah. Do you explore?
I do.
I
Explore.
swear to God, these people's trust in us
Hold
is
on.
already
We need that
so
stealth.
Hold on, I need to do math.
Shut the fuck up while I add.
This isn't even a bit at this point. I can't do this. All right.
Pull your phone calculator for addition.
Click that.
listen.
You were just talking to me about how you wanted
What?
to go apply for new jobs at banks.
I can count bills. I just can't do it like off the top of my head.
But you just can't
Anyway.
do it when the numbers are presented to you.
Listen.
There's no $12 bill, okay?
Exactly. 5 plus 5 plus 5 is a lot easier than like 6
Yeah.
plus 7 plus like 8 plus a 9. Like it's,
There's, like,
I get where
equal
you're
numbers.
coming from. I get where you're
Thank
coming
you.
from. I got
Thank
you.
Anyway, yeah, she's gonna.
Banks so that I know to avoid it.
Thanks.
Yikes.
Yeah, she's gonna wander the halls with like, I don't know, some roast something in her hand looking stupid. And she rolled a 45 on perception, so she's just gonna look out for anything suspicious.
You're just wandering.
Yeah.
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 You just start
Not gonna
going.
do
You're,
well on stuff.
you're clanking down middle of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you start just opening up doors and going through.
Yeah.
The place is it's strange. You've gone to like the food area, you've gone through the main hall, densely populated. You open a couple of doors and like almost immediately there's just a drow there being like, "Hey, no," and like closes the door back.
Like, whoops, my bad.
Yeah, and you're just like,
There's actually 1,400 doors in this place, and so they needed 1,400 of their people to
Yeah.
guard the doors.
There's tons. Eventually, you open a door and it's just empty. Nobody. You're in the clear, and you just start going, and there's nobody. You're just not running into people.
Damn, this place
Whether
must
it's
be
like
crazy.
insane luck or just that this wing just isn't necessarily in use.
Or they're trying to route you towards something like a trap.
There are statues that line these halls. There is very sparse in the way of rooms. All of the statues hold this candelabra with these purple magical candles on them in honor of Nox, the god of this temple. And you find a stairwell that goes downward.
There's something.
You travel down one floor, and there is a short hallway with a couple rooms. You open a door, there is like a library area, rather small for what you would expect from a temple of this size. In another one, there seems to be just like a personal study. There's some like potion bottles laying around, some curiosities, some crystals and things. If you take interest in any of these, let me know. And we'll stop. Otherwise, I'll just keep going and keep wandering you till you either run into somebody or something that you find important.
I mean, she'll look through the books and see if there's anything like that catches her eye.
Yeah, there's lots of like history books and general texts. There's no names that would catch your eye. They're all Underdark things, and it's your second time here, you know?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'd been down one other time previously
Either
with the
two
crew.
or three times. This is
Yeah.
either the second or third.
But this is your
time.
first time leaving the Citadel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, you're not recognizing these names.
She'll
There's-
peruse a book, sniff a few potions, you know.
Oh no.
there are
so eagerly grabbed a die.
there's a couple potions where it's like you sniff and it's just like your vision blacks out for a second and you like come back to and you're on your back on the ground.
Oh, but she wakes
And like
up,
the
so it's
potion's
fine.
like half spilled and you're just like cork it and put it back.
I don't know who did that.
Yeah.
Weird.
So strange. No long-term effects that you notice.
Rack comes back and they're a drow.
I'll be taller. Yeah, she'll just keep wandering.
Drow.
Yeah, the last room at the end of the hall you open up into, and it is a large and luxurious bedchamber. There are like, you know, gold and silver trinkets kind of lining all around. There's one of those huge jewelry stands, you know, where it's a full dresser just for jewelry. The bed is lavish.
When the last time you saw a bed that nice?
Probably never.
Yeah, never. She's gonna jump on that bed.
You go up and jump on the bed. Yeah, it is like you can feel magic emanating from it, and it is like magically soft, magically springy. It is wonderful. And it takes just a little bit of willpower to not just lay down and take a nap. Like it seems to have like this soothing draw to it. Yeah, it's just some essential oil on the pillows.
Bit of lavender. Okay. She will make note of the room and all of its treasures, but she will not yet take anything.
Yeah, just a quick little jump on the bed for funsies.
The scouting mission.
The stairs
Gotta
continue
prepare the
downward, or you can go back up and return. There is another floor down on the stairwell.
I'm going down.
Yeah.
Got two floors up from the ley line for abjuration.
It is
Look, I don't have the rock, okay? It's not like I can do anything.
it
with
is an
it.
abnormally long stairwell down.
That is true.
It is an abnormally long stairwell down, and it opens up into this grand hallway with extremely large statues of Nox leading down to a great set of double doors. There seems to be a little mechanism, a lever on the side.
I'm gonna roll to see if I can
And
hear
it's like
anything.
as you open the doors into this hallway, the candelabras all light up with that same magical purple light that seems to light but not light the room at the same time.
Richard said no stealing. Never said no turning off abjuration magic. That's all I'm saying.
Richard told Bill Rune not to take
And
anything.
I was the only one that made.
I
the deal
made
with
no such
Richard.
promise. She's gonna try and blow out one of the candles.
Yeah, it does not.
You tall enough?
does
to
not
blow out
work.
one of the candles.
She's gonna
can
wave
climb.
her hand very fast at one of the candles.
It's like one of those trick
You're
candles.
standing there just staring up at this
Walk onto your tiptoes a little bit.
little jump. No, they are magical.
Okay.
They are not standard candles.
Spit on it.
Spit on that thing.
I'm gonna roll perception one more time. That's an even 40.
Yeah. In the hallway, I'm not quite sure what else to describe to you.
Okay, just making sure there's no weird things.
Well, it's a pretty weird thing in totality, but
She's seeing a lot of weird things
Yeah.
at this point.
Stone cunning to look for traps and secret doors.
you do not notice any traps or secret doors.
All right, she's just gonna continue on then.
Yeah, you go and like pull the lever next to the big double doors. Yet the stones shift and pull into the walls, opening up into the final room. It seems carved out of natural stone, as this entire area would be. However, the statues were constructed from blocks. And as you enter in, there is all kinds of beautiful carvings all along the walls. There is a central dais, I guess is what it would be called, in the center, and arcing from one stone point to another, a ley line of magic.
Oh shit!
Touch it.
More things to dip weapons into.
There are kind of around this dais, there are
I
a
don't have any of
couple
my weapons.
constructions.
The only other thing that I could dip in there is my flail, and like, no, I've spent too much magic. I spent too much money on this flail to like risk losing it.
And they seem to draw magic
Got a big
from
great sword that I don't need.
the ley line.
Just to see.
This is the
Worked out great
abjuration
for
one.
me.
This would be the abjuration ley line.
What does abjuration do?
Abjuration is like shielding magics, physical manifestations of pure arcane energy.
Are there any rocks on the ground? Just like loose pebbles?
No.
No.
Parry a
Incredibly
fireball.
clean, but there are these kind of like
Return to sender.
stands, these tripods with some kind of little magical devices on them that are siphoning the magic. Those aren't like anchored to the floor.
just gets so excited.
You can
every
pick
time he
those
sees
up.
a fireball coming towards us. Sorry.
You know what? Yeah, she's gonna pick one of those up and kind of.
You pick up one of these tripods with the magic box and you just kind of like huck it into the ley line. Yeah, there's just this flash of light that takes everything in the room for the briefest of minutes, and it tumbles out on the other side. It seems inactive. It is no longer drawing magic from the ley line.
So they were drawing magic from it?
Yeah, so there's these devices that are set up with these magical devices that are drawing power from the ley line.
Oh, motherfucker.
I'm trying to let you play your game, but my brother. Read the room, literally.
All right.
What could they have that would be drawing power from the shielding magic ley line?
All right.
Listen, I know math.
There's like four more.
You live your life, you do whatever you want, but just
I'll buy volume, right?
All right.
trial by volume.
In the back of her head, she gets the feeling that Ouzel's very disappointed.
Uzel, you're upstairs, you're like eating a meal, trying to recover, you know, and you just like, you feel this rage wash over you.
He just gets the feeling that like one of these motherfuckers is doing some dumb shit. I just know it.
You have the mom sense. You're like, they're quiet.
You get the Baldur's Gate pop-up dialogue. Uzel disapproves.
Okay.
Greg, you're sitting there, you're getting this tinge in the back of your head, and you hear behind you, "Ah, that looks fucked." And you turn around, there's Mark is standing behind you.
Please, Mark, be the voice of reason.
How long have you been there?
Oh, I followed you down. I kind of took my time up in that hall upstairs.
You didn't help me when I passed out?
No,
Okay.
I didn't
guess.
see you pass out. You went downstairs and I stayed upstairs at that top floor for a little while. There were all those little rooms off to the side. I was kind of checking those out, figured that you were going to go do what you were going to go do.
You find anything interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He pulls out like a pocket watch
Nice.
and he goes, yeah, because they don't have the sun. And it's like, how would they have even invented time? It uses springs and it just like unwinds slowly and moves a little hand around. It's kind of cool.
Are you proud of your little trinket?
I don't know. Proud is the word that I would use.
Are
I
you
was
happy
very
with
proud
it?
of my son when he threw his first ball.
I'm sure he would have loved it. You know, I don't know anything
But
about
like,
your son.
it's neat.
Yeah, it's cool.
You found some potions that made you pass out.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend.
That's
you
pretty
know,
badass, though. Did
yeah.
you keep one?
No,
Uh,
I don't. You know, what would I do with a potion?
that makes people pass out.
Well, how would I force them to like sniff it?
You just like
Like
walk up
chloroform?
behind him or something.
You know what? I already spilled half of it. I'm gonna take it.
What's up with the tripods?
Something magical.
Unplug the
You were the
fucking
wizard
Energizer
once. You know
battery.
anything about this?
Oh, I don't remember too terribly much from that. That arch thing is actually because I used a spell that permanently burned it into my brain. I think.
Okay. Love it.
But like these things, I don't know. They look expensive, at least.
I think I broke one. I probably broke
The one on the ground.
Okay, I definitely broke one.
Somebody broke this.
It was like this when I got here. I swear.
Like this one I got here.
Okay.
We doing something with the others? Is he like? Yeah, he walks up. You know.
You know what? No, not yet.
So
I
you
hate-
like move these? He like taps one.
Mark, I
Kinda
hate
like rocks a
I
little
hate
bit.
that I have to be the voice of reason here, but I feel like we would get in like mad trouble.
Hey. He like, hand on your shoulder. He's like, who's gonna know?
They're gonna know.
Yeah, they're probably gonna know.
All right. She will make
Would be
a
an
note
awfully big
of this
coincidence
room
if we showed up
and
then their
the
shit turned
pedals-
out the same day.
the pedestals and how to get here, and she and Mark will leave. She'll snag that half empty.
Well, you know,
back at least.
The other couple ones of these that we've ran into, the guys have like thrown weapons through, and they've gotten like really crazy good enchantments.
I don't have my weapons.
We don't have any weapons, but like, do you got a thing?
You got that pocket watch.
Things become
Well, yeah, you
things become
got-
enchanted.
How like attached are you to your pocket watch?
He just like tosses it.
Perfect.
He's like, oh yeah. He like just tosses it through and it like clinks out the other side and it's like glowing a little bit. He walks around and picks it up. I don't have like inherent knowledge on how to activate magic items.
Okay, I'm gonna take it from him. I'm gonna hold on to it.
Damn.
You know
Mark's
what,
second
this is
magic item in the whole campaign. Gone.
Like, yeah, and then here's Rack like, I'll take that. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold on to this for you, buddy. It's not like we go anywhere without you anyway.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah.
You gonna throw something through?
I don't have anything, dude.
You gonna take that
Fine.
tripod then that you threw through?
Have you tried recalling your axe?
I will say,
axe
this
that someone is
is
probably holding.
Marquise. This is Marquise and not Oozle. But we have had party members
You can put
dip their
yourself through
fingies
it.
in there. Don't put yourself through it. But like they dip the fingies in there and they
I
things
feel like
happen.
putting yourself through an abjuration one is a lot less dangerous than the transmutation one.
All I know is how well did the transmutation.
As
one
everybody
work out for
knows,
everyone.
transmutation cancer is way more deadly than abjuration cancer.
Thank you.
I'm just saying this isn't going to turn you into a different species like transformation magic.
Yeah.
I just want to recommend putting like the. I want to recommend like is this like the
She
the
could
exact
gain a personal shield.
This is like
forever.
the exact embodiment of like putting like quite literally all of your eggs in one basket and hucking it into a blender and being like,
But would you rather, right? Say you put your arm in there, it works out great, and then you put your whole body in there, but now you're double dipping your arm. That's double the magic
It
radiation.
just cancels out.
Yeah, you could.
Did they
cancel
take
it
my
out.
shield as well?
Yeah,
Damn it. All right.
it's covered in spikes.
Put your
Is
body
it?
through it.
Yeah.
Put your body through. Just do a little flip.
okay. This is Marquise's curiosity. So like you're chosen by Cabrakan, right?
Fafnir.
Fafnir?
Yeah.
Did we not have somebody that was chosen by Cabrakan? I could have sworn you had
I know.
Cabrakan
Well,
as one of yours.
Probably one of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought you were.
Yeah. And like Cabrakan lets you make like that tower shield, right?
The
Yeah,
tower shield
probably.
can be summoned. Yeah.
Why am I
It's
just
not
learning?
created every time. Like it's stored somewhere.
It is. Well, it is technically created every time, but it's like previous iterations lose the
That's what I was
effect.
wondering. Yeah.
One man to go down to test it
All right, do I need to roll anything to summon this shield, or
No, it's just a thing you do.
then I'm gonna summon it?
Yeah, you reach down and you like curve your hand into the stone of the floor, and you pull out the shield, but the stone does not appear to be altered.
Oh, thank
in any
God.
way.
I'm about to say they're gonna be first.
Tripod and now this.
I'm gonna like frisbee it through the ley line.
You just huck it, and it
Yeah.
goes as it goes through. It skitters across the floor. It has a faint glow to it.
Gonna kick
I
it.
need
Okay.
I need an attack roll as you frisbee it through the ley line here.
Oh, no.
As
Oh,
this is
no.
more than a little pocket watch.
Wait, okay, so what am I?
Ian really working for this one.
D20 plus your attack bonus on your shield.
Yeah, but-
Mm.
My
1,500
15?
people upstairs ready to fuck us up. if we do
That's
this.
the highest number there. Yeah,
Oh wait, attack. Oh, okay, 20.
20, even better.
You figure, you know, even if
yeah,
like,
that's a 24.
even if like,
There's a 4 on the
1%
die.
of them-
Yeah.
You just like you pull this out and just kind of like huck it, and it goes cleanly through, and then you just hear the clattering on the other side. You walk around, and there's another one of the tripods that is just
How many were there?
knocked over. There were 5 in total.
There's still 3.
There's still
It's
3.
okay. You know?
It has hit the ground. The tripod's good, but whatever that little box was on top that was like pulling the magic is shattered in just tons of pieces.
How would they know?
stop. Okay, please stop. Okay, please stop.
It was like super
All right, I got it,
loud.
No, you do you. We're not there.
I'm gonna pick up my shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel powerful magic flowing through it.
I'm gonna turn to Mark and say, I think we have used all of our luck for the day.
What a way to put that.
I don't know, man. I'm only feeling like a 7 out of 10 right now.
You know what? There's always another day to pilfer. You know? Why?
Oh yeah, no.
Yes.
Like, you know me. I'm not like a
those
thief
fucking
thief. It's
Temple
not like I'm here just to
eradicated
steal
by a
things from
bat
them.
god.
This thing was like covered. That thing was like covered in dust when I found it. So
You cleaned it up real nice.
yeah, thank you.
So yeah, I think we head upstairs.
Something just kind of like
now.
drew me to it. No idea what.
Suspicious.
Ah, you know,
Cool.
it's how things are sometimes. Like, you know, you can never quite place the exact reason why the woman of your dreams is the woman of your dreams. She just captivates you in that one specific way
And then dies.
and then is brutally murdered in
Yeah,
front of
I
your
got that.
eyes, of course.
We should go.
Oh, yeah, sorry, here. Yeah, and you guys go to walk out undetected. Nobody comes by. You step back out of there.
Sometimes being dumb pays off, you know? Nobody pays me any mind.
Belrune Oozle, you guys got a day to fuck around.
Cool. I'm gonna use my day to fuck around to build relations with the drow. Just
Yeah,
because
you're kind of getting accustomed to things.
yeah, letting them ask questions.
They are kind of closed off, but you know they've got tons of questions about what you believe for the surface, and logistically what you mean by joining in the war and like local laws. Would they be under any jurisdiction, or are they getting just like free reign?
So essentially, they would be like, I don't know exactly how to put it, other than like, essentially they'd be like vassals, sort of, but like,
So they would be under your law.
the serious ones, yes, but like you guys can like more or less like govern yourselves, but like, you know, you can't just go around murdering innocent people. Like, slavery ain't really cool.
You say that and immediately just like brows furrow, and they're like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Well, like, we would assume at any point that you'd just be under standard law practices.
Okay, see, you have to understand that like your guys' standard law practices are probably a little bit different than ours. So like, what are your standard laws? And maybe we can come to an agreement.
What other laws could there be?
Well, and I will go into
How could you ever come to the conclusion that slavery isn't? It's just like what you do.
Well, I mean, like,
You know, you go over, you kill all the able-bodied men and stuff that are trying to fight back, and anybody who can't, you take into service, and anybody who's not worth anything, you execute. Obviously.
see, that's not like super cool upstairs. like, and I'll explain how like prisoners of war work, and like sure, like a little bit of like, cool, yeah, we're enemies, so like, you know, you're gonna work to build the railroad or whatnot, but like, you know, once the war is ended, like you kind of like let them
Send 'em
go.
home.
Yeah, like it's kind of like a
He kind of like
Job.
Solinar just kind of like scoffs him. That sounds stupid. We're not going to bother with that. That's way too complicated. No, we'll just keep what's ours. You know, the Citadel's been implementing all kinds of laws like that, and it is part of the reason why Camazotz is coming to destroy everything. You wouldn't want to upset the balance of the surface as well, lest whatever terror you have for a god would show up and destroy everything
well,
too.
no. See, because like that is the balance up there. So like by like messing with that balance, then you run into the risk of like pissing
You're
off
taking us
the-
to a realm already out of balance.
No.
And you need restorative before your god shows up and destroys everything.
No. That's not what I said.
Understood.
That's
Okay.
No, that's not what I said.
I love
What I
religious
said
silence.
was up there, that is the balance, is like those laws that you kind of think are like stupid and don't really work. Like
But
that.
for how long?
Last while, at least.
Tell you what. New agreement.
Give or take 150 years.
So you go up there and like for the how long is like how long, because you said that Camazotz is going to come down here and just like wreck everything and like restore the balance like
Yes.
any day now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you'll go up there, you'll help us out, we'll give you a nice spot of land, nice city for all your people, and then once Camazotz does come through and like roll through everything, then by all means, like you guys can go back to the Underdark and like you can start your own you can create your own balance down here. So like it would only be, I guess in that case it would only be like temporary until like temporary safekeeping for you guys up there, and then if Camazotz is going to come through here any day like you say, then yeah, you guys come right back down, we'll have the portal and everything ready for you guys, and then you guys, you know, just do your thing.
Religious nutbags only speak religious nutbag. Tell them about Noah and the Ark.
What? No.
I feel like that would be an easy agreement, but just to be absolutely clear, what you're saying is that we are going to go up to a safe haven where we're helping you wage war against another power. If we lose and are taken prisoner by this other power, at the end of hostilities, we are let go, but we can take them as prisoners as well. And at the end of hostilities, we let them go as we return back to our rightful homeland here in the Underdark,
That has been freshly
where no one
cleansed.
would ever be able to track us back to.
That's
He
what
like
we
claps
said.
you. He like claps you on the shoulder. He's like, Uzel, I was skeptical of you at first, but I do believe that your plan is actually kind of genius. And he turns and walks off.
It's all about mental jumping jacks.
This is gonna be a problem we're gonna have to take care of. like whatever.
Just talked himself into the agreement.
That's future us's problem.
Thurun, what are you up to? What kind of things are you doing for your day?
Besides probably fielding a billion questions, I'm just taking stuff from around the place. You know, like meals that are offered to me, spare fork
Yeah.
or whatever. And I'm trying to coat it in ether to like match the structure of it, and then like disassemble it out of this plane.
Trying to like teleport, trying to move
yeah.
the food out.
Yep.
Yeah, making like a prison of ether around it and then disassembling it does not seem to have any discernible effect on the food. You do notice that like a hot meal encased in ether does not lose its temperature,
Okay.
and realistically its freshness
Sure.
would
Yeah.
stay. You're not making any kind of prison anywhere near long enough for
Yeah.
that.
Well, if I'm not making any progress with that,
No, that
there's
wouldn't
like
get you really
there's
anywhere.
like vermin and critters that are crawling around this place. right?
Yeah, there's bugs.
Cool. I'm gonna find some bugs,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna make little ether cubes full of the nether, and I'm just gonna see what happens when I try to push it into the same space as a bug.
Yeah, generally speaking, when you solidify then and you're pushing into the space, it would then physically move anything else.
Okay.
So it does not move like into
Yeah.
the bug.
Change that thought. The
Yeah.
bugs, ether, and nether. I want to
Yeah, you
consolidate. like-
twist it inside of it. Yeah.
Give the bug kidney stones.
Give me a good concentration check. And you're trying to copy the
Yeah, I'm trying to get like a better understanding of like what it's doing. I'm not
Sure.
necessarily trying to make something as complex.
Yeah.
yet. I would like to build to that eventually, but I'm starting at the base, you know.
Yeah. One of the big problems that you're running into, and as you were able to read in your book, the base states of ether, these like simple cubes, these spheres, even when you're getting into like tetrahedrons and stuff like that, they are, without active maintenance, they fall apart very quickly.
Yeah.
And so it is very hard to distinguish the tangible effect of that. How long are you willing to actively hold one of these ether shapes, trapping some of its nether inside?
No longer than like a minute, maybe.
Okay. The nether also, something that you would note from this, inside Uzel, the nether inside that shape was extremely organized, which is very unnatural to the nether. These prisons that you're making, the nether roils and kind of rages inside in a very starkly different manner.
Okay.
Holding it for about a minute, you let it go inside the bug. There seems to be like an explosion of nether throughout, and the bug dies. You liquidate a couple organs on accident there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not an accident per se. This is all part of the experiment.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. There's no mistakes, just happy little accidents.
Yeah. 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 Need to organize the nether. Need to work on more complex ether. Cool. So that's probably what I spent my day doing.
Yeah. You consult your book, I would assume, through parts of this, kind of looking for similar things. There are passages that speak of, these sorcerers from the past that had turned people and animals into these demons and these beasts of great power. They always talk about basically the sorcerer doing what you're doing right now, messing with internal structures of nether and ether in unnatural ways. However, somehow they had found ways to permanently affix them.
And that's the part I'm really missing.
And that's the part that currently you're not quite to.
Right.
And then there are passages, even more, not necessarily on the basic side, but on the basic side that talk about the connections of Nether between things and actively connecting things Nethers for various effects.
When the spot was jumping around in Oozul, did it seem to go to like was it like a round robin between some specific spots, or was it kind of random?
There was a slight pattern. It did seem to have a desired point of rest, and it was just above the hips within the spinal column is kind of the general area that it spent most of its time moving towards or being at when you were looking for it.
Where the soul is stored.
No, the soul is stored in the balls. The anti-soul.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe that's the element I'm missing. Maybe I'm just gonna start picking up some spots from the shadow world. But...
There is something that you have not yet tried that has been mentioned in the book a couple of times, and it is taking the Nether within you and drawing it as an attachment to the Nether within something else.
You take all
Living or dead.
take
yeah.
a bug. You take all of your like childhood trauma and you just put it into them.
Have all of my sin, chicken.
I am absolved.
I am absolved.
Yeah,
Oh, Israel.
we get Jesus.
No, that's not. They're not the Jesus people. Those are the Christians.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, we'll try. How do I recover from that? We'll try some nether tethering with a bug.
Yeah, with a live bug or the dead bug.
Let's start with a dead bug.
Yeah, you pull this Nether out from inside yourself and you make this connection, and it almost like springs taut, and the bug stands up and it kind of turns and looks your way. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Yikers. 18.
Your vision becomes fractured
Yeah.
into millions of different pictures, which you cannot interpret but can interpret at the same time. You drop to your knees and you see yourself doing it thousands of times over, and you vomit on the ground.
Hell yeah.
But after a little bit of time, you find that your vision is split, and you can either focus through your own eyes or through the eyes of this insect.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, we're done playing bug.
Do you sever the tie? Because
Yeah.
it maintains itself at this point.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you pull it apart and the bug falls back down dead.
Great.
Dude, you can make zombies.
Yeah. Fuck that. Okay, we try it with an alive bug.
Yeah, you tether to this alive bug and you get the same effect, especially because it is a bug, but you feel like an active resistance
Right,
as you move into it.
Okay.
You get these general impressions as well of like hunger, up, down. You feel more or less, you feel what the bug feels.
Sure. I would like to try to affix 2 separate ether points in this connection.
Yeah. You create a rod of ether and try to attach it between you and the bug.
Not necessarily. I mean, like, I guess it would grow along like the tether that I have, right? But at the 2 ends where it's both my nether,
Uh-huh.
right? I would like to try to affix those.
Okay, so you're
and
trying to
sever the
then
connection
put some prism there.
from like my finger to the bug.
Yeah, yeah. You create that. It does not seem to have an effect when you sever that nether. The structures seem to just kind of remain separated.
Does it like keep the nether from the connection inside it?
Yeah. It will maintain that nether. When you slice anything that was outside of that prism,
Yeah.
kind of dissipates and returns to the natural flow of things.
Do I still have my connection to the bug?
No.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, no. That connection
Okay.
is severed.
We can't go wireless.
Wireless.
There is no Wi-Fi bug zombies.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
No Bluetooth bugs.
Man, I'm really interested in this whole like turning yourself into a demon shit though. I think I go for it.
Ain't nobody stopping you but you, boo boo.
There's a lot of questionable math there.
You enjoy changing up your characters? Do it again.
What?
Do it again.
You do have some items that were given to you
That's true.
that may assist in that. One of the big things that the book talks about specifically in regards to the demons is that a struggle noted often is not having the draw capacity to like, influence in that way, to put out that much
But
power.
I've got these femurs
But you have these bones with these runes on them.
that are just dripping nether.
Yes.
They're like little batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's try to make some permanent changes in the world, boys.
I'm gonna make a difference.
I'm doing my part.
We're heroes.
Yeah, I'll pull the femurs out of my bag.
Yeah.
We're gonna stick them. We'll hold them in the hand of the prosthetic hand, the conduit.
Okay.
Does it say kind of their thought process on the demon making?
There are stories up the wazoo about it.
Sure.
Some of them talk about a necromancer that would play with dead bodies and sew parts together. He made these golems out of bone that would like roll and shuffle around
Yeah, we swipe
on their
left
own.
That. I don't.
Okay. There's a guy that drew power from dead bodies around, and in a ritual took 12 and combined them into one living being. That this living man then, with the twists of those who had passed, his skin turned white, his nails grew long, his jaw unhinged. He was all but impervious to like physical strikes and attacks, and would make this horrid sickly noise as it hunted.
Nope. Swipe left on that one too.
Okay. There was a sorcerer that was said to be able to pull the souls of the damned back from Iran's great hill, and would create these beings of black with stars inside of them, these long black claws that would tear people through, and the wounds would not heal through conventional means. They were only found to be destroyed by first taking a blade of ether to them and then draining the nether from them.
Wow. The shadow demons are multiversal. Really in the necromancy or demon summoning business. I'm just trying to become that guy,
Yeah. There's a story.
Foot in the door.
There's a story of a great being that would seemingly steal the souls from his victims, turning them into these fervent beings. They were no stronger or deadlier than a human, and in fact seemed to lose any mindfulness, but they would carry out orders with complete disregard to their safety, and did not require eat or food, drink, or sleep.
there any mention of like the nether bone batteries that I've got?
Yeah,
And,
lots.
Like, and like their
In the bone golem one, the first one, they were heavily utilized in rituals for that. They're mentioned kind of softly in a couple other stories. There's one story about an attempt to summon a god to the physical realm, and they took hundreds of those bones and made a portal by twisting the nether, and then affixing it with ether.
yeah. Okay, I've
And
got
it almost worked, but what was coming through turned out to not be a god, but a demon of such great power. Luckily, some heroic sorcerer whose name has been long lost to time destroyed the outer rim of the portal by severing the ether, and the portal collapsed before the being could arrive.
yeah, good old rim job plan. Cool. So
Richard's arch nemesis.
all right, so this is gonna sound a little unhinged, right?
This whole thing, all of this stuff is unhinged in its
Yes.
own way.
Were there any stories? If not, I'm gonna try it anyway. But if someone's already done it, it'll make it easier for me.
Yeah.
Of someone affixing like one of these bone artifacts to their own bones.
No, there would not be a story on that.
Okay. I would like to focus some energy, kind of not necessarily drawing from one of the femurs, but let's say like cycling through it. We're mixing together here.
Yeah.
The
You're
energy
mixing femurs.
You're connecting yourself to the femur.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I would like to kind of use like its like ever-changing shape and like warp the shape of the femur and the shape of my skull to add like the runic horns almost.
You want to fix it.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
We'll split it into two. A unicorn would look dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, you're moving in through the nether of this. You feel like you could break it in half, but that would destroy
I need to use two of the
the
things.
seal. Yeah, you feel like the runes in the order they're in is important
Okay.
and need to be maintained in that
Yeah.
way.
I mean, I've got three. I'll use two of them for this.
Yeah, absolutely. And you could make more.
Yeah.
All it is as you kind of read through, all it really is carving those specific runes in and just pouring nether into it until you feel like it's going to explode.
Yeah. It creates
Might
little
take a little
battery
trial
pack.
and error to feel where that is, but
So what if you mix like the demon look and the unicorn look? So you have like the two and the one.
So my
Use
thought
all
process,
three.
right? Because I get the demon look down, right?
Okay.
And then eventually I figure out how to permanently affix ether into like a little halo just over the horns.
You're going for that like
Yeah.
fucking
What is it?
Hellboy.
Yeah, the thing.
Yeah, little Hellboy.
For the
Yeah.
Hellboy look.
Yeah, you're moving into this. You feel the weave inside the bone, and then hidden inside it, packed inside of that, where like the marrow belongs, is really where the nether has been made dense, and it is packed. Are you connecting with the stored nether or the inherent structure of the bone?
The inherent structure. I want to retain the like vessel.
Yeah.
ability, right.
Yeah, the vascularness of
Yeah.
it and everything.
Yeah.
And you just kind of pull
I
and
just wanna change
push
the shape.
at that.
Yeah.
The bone hesitantly morphs and moves. You can indeed shape bone this way.
Okay.
You shape the bone into this horn shape,
Yeah.
making sure to keep the runes in the same order. Do you reach into the nether of your own skull and begin to morph as you see the structure within? It's a little different as it is living.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I need a concentration check on that one.
Pretty okay. 22.
Oh, that is pretty good. Yeah, you are able to soften and warp your bones minorly. It hurts like a bitch.
Yes.
It is excruciatingly painful to the point where you stop yourself almost immediately when finding out that it does work.
Are you doing this like near Uzel?
I'm just,
You're just like in your bedroom.
yeah, I'm just like in some, my room, probably on like the loo. I've been in there a while.
I'm gonna go read my book.
I was just saying, you just put Uzel through some shit. He'll give you some healing. Fucking keep it going, buddy. Let's see how long you last.
That's cool as shit. Keep going. I mean, yeah, you'll definitely hear. I'm kind of a pussy. You'll hear me scream.
Yeah, you get done with your conversation about slavery that did not go the way you thought it was going to go, and you just hear Bailrune like wailing from the bathroom.
Gotta stay away from that lactose, man.
And about that time, you hear a guard being like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be armed." As like you and Mark have like blended back into the crowd, and one of the guys that's supposed to be keeping an eye on you is like, "You're not supposed to have that shield," and he's like, goes to take it from you.
Shield powers.
I can get back later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And this one doesn't even have spikes on it. It's just a big rock. There's plenty of big rocks
Oh,
around.
it's sharp.
Yeah.
I said, "Whoops! Who gave me this? You guys are supposed to have this. You guys need to keep better track of this."
I'm not supposed to have this. What are you guys doing?
Usually you're hearing that confrontation too, as he's like taking it from you and like finger shaking.
Just the temple rub of just like I can't with these people.
Bailrune, what's the plan?
Keep going.
Yeah, I
Keep
mean,
going.
we're gonna move to somewhere a little more private now that I've screamed in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I come out of the bathroom holding two horns.
I just look at him like, he has a hard time with dairy.
This judge just looks at you, he's like, "Why would you tell me that?" And just like walks away. Yeah. What's dairy? What does it even mean? Mushroom cheese?
Yeah, we're kind of, yeah.
Too much mycelium can plug up the digestive system of young drow. And he just like walks
He
away.
thinks you're a drow.
Yeah.
Realistically, you guys have had the runs this whole time. It's like this shit's just flowing through you.
Yep.
I don't know what you're talking about. Uzel has his rations. He's eating dry tag.
So you're constipated as fuck.
Always.
Always. My stool is as hard as my helmet that I never take off. My butthole is calloused like you wouldn't believe.
So terrible.
So I got this horrible headache.
Yeah.
In that I wander into Uzel's bedroom and I'm gonna go do this in there.
You're going to push it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you just like, you stick the horn on your forehead
Yeah,
and then
I
go,
want to make it like as little movement as needed, from my
Yeah.
soul.
There is one major problem,
Okay.
and it is the fact that there is skin between the bones.
Uh-huh. Yep. Sure is.
You find that your skin is not pliable in the way that the bone is.
Peek my head out the door. Hey, Uzel?
He peeks your head out of your room.
Pressing a horn to my head.
What are you doing?
I need your help. I'm going to give you an opportunity for something that you probably always wanted to do. Can you help mutilate me?
Yeah.
I said, oh, of course.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Oh God, I thought you'd never ask.
What do you need?
So you know how sometimes you hit someone with the sword in the head and the scalp just kind of...
Yes.
I need that in about this big. Right there.
Cool. I'll take the horn from him and just like bash him in the fucking skull with it. Hole puncher that shit.
That's not how that works.
He starts bruising. That's not how cutting skin works.
I mean, if you hit hard enough, it does.
You just want to mash the skin out of the way.
No, I mean,
You want to just grind it until you reach
because,
bone on bone.
No, I'll tell you what. Before I do that, I'll take a shit. We don't have our fucking. I'll ask him for like a dinner knife.
Yeah, you go grab a dinner knife.
Yeah.
Get a steak knife.
Yeah. And then I'll hollow out the center of this horn a little bit so that that edge.
You do not want him to do that.
So that edge
Hey, whoa,
is there.
the runes. Hey,
But this is the
watch
easiest.
the runes.
Penetrating that inner chamber is going to cause all the nether to explode out.
All right, cool. Stand still, and I'll just grab him by the shoulder,
Hey,
and just take the knife,
shouldn't
and
we get a
fucking. How does surgically make a circle with a serrated knife?
Give me a heal check, something like that, to be studious about this.
Okay.
How accurate do you feel like you need to be, or are you just removing flesh till it's a big enough hole?
I mean, that's basically what he told me to do. He was like, "Yeah, I just need a hole big enough for that," and I'm
Okay.
like, "Fucking heard."
You can choose to not utilize tact in this. It will work.
I'll make sure I don't kill him.
If I don't pass out, I can heal it.
That's the big one. Is, are you going to pass out from this?
See, but here's the thing: if you do pass out, then you won't feel the rest of it.
Yeah, but I have to be awake to do the fixing part.
But you wake up later.
The affixing of the skull.
You could let him sit there and bleed for a little bit, and then just slap him awake.
Just takes a paper towel.
So I'll give it a heal.
The blood doesn't matter. Blood attracts the nether. Actually, to make it easier.
So you got a dirty 20.
I need a fortitude save.
There you go, bud.
And a good one.
No, wait. But tell you what.
Bit of luck.
23. There you go,
I
bud.
need a hefty fortitude save.
It's gonna look so cool if it works. That's a pretty good fortitude save. 29.
29?
It's almost as high as I can go.
You remain conscious through the procedure.
Did we get both of them done, or is this just the one?
This is just the one.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, dude,
Cool.
you need another?
Wait, don't do that
You just grab him and start.
Yeah, he needs another.
What's that roll? This is gonna be a harder fortitude save now.
So
Doing them both at once.
unfortunately, that's a 3 on the die.
Oozle's getting a little into it.
So you're looking at an 11 on that heal check.
Holy shit.
You
This
know
one
what?
is
You know what?
way cruder.
You know what? 16. Just for you, bud.
Fortitude save. And if 29's about as high as you can roll, I pray for you.
Okay. Hey, chat.
Not a lot of confidence going on.
There's not a lot of
there.
confidence here at all. I don't like my numbers.
This is pretty brutal.
want a
This is a
hero?
pretty metal choice.
I would love a hero point.
I give Belrune a hero point.
Nuts.
Oh,
Nuts.
why?
Absolutely nuts.
Fucking thing is off again. God damn it.
Every time.
Every fucking time. It just turns itself off. This cloudbot is garbage.
Yeah.
As you beg chat for help.
Hey, listen.
You delaying that roll, I see.
Yeah, I sure am, Any little bit, right?
There we go. It's on again. So dumb. So weird.
So I'm just gonna, we just.
You got that hero point that's a +8.
Hey guys. Goofy, lovable Belrune. All right.
Can't delay any longer.
Yeah, sure can.
Is that a waste of a hero point? What'd you get on the die?
14.
Okay, that's above average. With your cleric fortitude
So let's
saves.
see. Yeah. 34.
34?
Yep.
Not
34.
Not 35?
Unless you want to make this against the fear of dying, then I can totally make this. I can make this a 36, actually.
I mean, if you do want to make this a fear check, you would get a +4 bonus from Oozle being near you.
I'm afraid. I told him not to do it.
Yeah, it's not the fear of passing out that's coming for you. It's the very real pain you're experiencing
fuck.
here. No, you lose consciousness. Just barely. But luckily, because of how close you are, it is not long and it is not a lot of blood before you're able to slap him back.
Oh yeah. As soon as he goes limp, I'm like, hey, wake up.
We're not done yet.
The mutilation has just started.
Ask and you shall receive, friend.
I was just warming up.
What
I'm
else
just having
you
a good
need?
time. You come to. You are in massive amounts of pain. Your brain is scrambled. It is hard to focus.
Do you have anything for like focusing, like your attention?
Oh yeah, sure. This works for me, and I'll slap him across the face.
You just slap him again. Doesn't really help.
As I slap him, focus.
Hey, lock in. Did mama raise a bitch?
We're doing this, right? This is what you wanted.
We're all in this together.
I mean, I could heal you, but like, I don't think you want to be healed at this point because I'll just seal up the holes I made, and then I'll have to start again. But I mean, if you really want it,
Like, there's like a patron deity of demons, right?
Yeah, Bakasur, the all-consumer,
Okay.
I don't think he's protected. Okay, if you're talking to him,
king of
fine, you weren't
demons,
there.
devourer of life.
I'm about to say, Bagansur ain't really fond of me. I kind of killed his boy.
That weren't me. I wasn't there for that.
You weren't there for that.
I feel like he would get a kick out of the like demon aesthetic, you know?
Yeah.
And I happen to have an underworld token. If he can keep me afloat for this, give me some power to not pass out and
You
focus up.
you call out to Bakasur for strength.
Yeah,
You spin the token.
I do.
Nuts.
You find your focus redialed,
Yeah.
Nuts.
and you find your desire for this self-mutilation like redoubled.
Fuck yeah. Okay,
Dude,
cool.
you want me
I'm
to do
locked
more?
in.
You want me to do more? I heard you want me to do more.
No, I'm gonna need that for this next bit. I just need you to hold the horns to the holes and keep me still.
Easy. You're like 2 feet tall.
Uses one hand for my
puts-
head and
he
puts the
puts the
fucking
horns on.
between, like-
Yeah. He's got the horns on, like, and it's like the minute that you're like, all right, I'm gonna start now, and you like close your eyes to focus, you just
100%.
tweaks one off to the side a little bit.
One of these bitches, if you're giving me the other one, definitely gonna be a little crooked. Not like too crazy where it's just like, okay, it's fucked up. It's just enough that like your OCD, your OCD is gonna drive you fucking nuts.
Just
with it.
5 degrees off center. You take some on, you can't see, so like, you know.
I mean, I could probably feel the like.
You can.
well,
trust me,
if he
pal.
just tacks it on like
Yeah.
that.
As I just lean down, you can trust me, pal.
It's close enough. Close enough. It's fine.
Literal psychopath.
Yeah, we spend the last 6 spell points I have
Yeah.
and start.
Well, you had a rest since the
Oh,
previous.
perfect.
So yeah,
Beautiful.
you're re-upped. Yeah. You're recharged and
Give
ready.
it your
Put
all.
an even 10 into there then.
You would have used some through your earlier
Yeah.
experimentation and stuff, but realistically, you're doing fine on draw for the day.
Cool.
Use it all.
Yeah, you pull in and you fuse the bone, the living bone of your skull, to this inert bone of the horn, and the nether begins flowing freely between the two of them. The fuse is complete. Your horns are live.
Fuck yeah.
the nether trapped inside is still bound.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, you don't want to open it up to your brain cavity.
Yeah, you do.
That doesn't sound very good.
No, pussy, do it.
Considering what I've done to bugs.
Yeah.
and this hyper dense nether could probably do to my brain.
Yeah.
I don't really like the idea of being possessed.
Organs don't do a super great job against like mass amounts of nether.
Yeah.
So what you do is you install like a little tap. So you just like slow drips.
Well, I don't need to do that. I can just
No, that's I know.
Presumably.
theoretically.
Just magically speaking, you just let it.
You actually haven't drawn from any of these bones once before,
Yeah.
so
Chat would love
Details.
it. Chat would love it. Just fucking send it.
yeah, they are affixed. You are in massive amounts of pain.
Yeah.
You gonna heal yourself now?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I used the
Yeah.
ether to like.
Oozle jiggles them a little bit.
He says, "Don't do it. You'll explode."
Like as they become like solid and
The
fixed.
nether
it is
is
a new
of,
shape,
The
too,
nether is
yeah.
of new
Yeah.
new growth and
Yeah. Yeah. We use the nether
and
To,
of binding.
to pair up the new skin.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
skin furrows around the horn.
like jiggle them a little bit. Like holy shit, they're actually attached.
It fucking hurts.
What?
That's not
Stop.
that's not a good thing.
My
These
fucking
things
neck's like.
Yeah, these things are a little sensitive. The skin around them very raw,
Yeah.
very new.
Oozle.
Fishy, why are you sleeping?
Right.
Cool.
Remember, your horns are affixed.
Step 1 towards becoming a demon. It's not what it said in the books, but we made it work.
It's nowhere close to what was said in any of the books. No.
So I'll just look at them and I'm like, so why?
They're like batteries for the nether, and now they're just on me.
All right. Ain't my head.
I mean, I couldn't like affix it to my shins, right?
I mean, you could.
We'd have to
Imagine how
like
cool it'd be if
chop
you
off
kicked
it.
somebody.
You could be the bronze kneecap.
Belrune is now a monk. Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's time for some sleep after that one.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You pass out late that night, late in the hours. Finn arrives. He is ready to take you guys and the drow back.
Oh, dude, fucking bet.
The two of you teleport away, and when we come back next week, we fucking play with portals.
I don't know who this wee shit is.
Are you going to be standing next to it when the magic happens?
That it's a we.
That's in the blast radius.
Are you?
I'm about to say, like, I don't
Are you a part of the world that is going to be tethered from one end of this portal?
see now. I guess the real
Then it's a wee
question
problem.
is like when we come back and like we get topside, Oozle tries to use a sport talent. If it works, yeah, he'd be in the blast radius. If it doesn't work, absolutely not. All trust in Belrune's power is completely gone.
Thank you guys, and good night.
Bye-bye. Bye.